those 4 boxes, and that's all I have had. I would have to say I've had more fun with characters, especially because the gameplay's quicker, and as a DM, holy crap, did I hate 3.5 because there's just too much shit. I would have to say I've had more fun that had to know stuff. You could, there's just too much stuff.
I loved 3.5, but yeah, you're right. It did have quite a bit.
Because if you didn't have all the books, because what really pissed, you can sit there and you can say, well, you're only going to use these books. Had to know stuff. You could, there's just too much stuff.
I loved 3.5, but yeah, you're right. It did have quite a bit.
Because if you didn't have all the books, because what really pissed, you can sit there and you can say, well, you're only going to use these books. You could, there's just too much stuff.
I loved 3.5, but yeah, you're right. It did have quite a bit.
Because if you didn't have all the books, because really pissed, you can sit there and you can say, well, we're only going to use these books.
Alright, sorry about that. I had to check something.
And that's how 4E should have been. Because I honestly think Eberron 4E was, if you look at 4E and you look at the Eberron campaign setting, those two are kind of married together.
Alright, sorry about that. I had to check something.
And that's how 4E should have been. Because I honestly think now we have Eberron in 5. 4E was, if you look at 4E and you look at the Eberron campaign setting, those two thankfully are married. I homebrew my own world and I don't have to worry too much about it. I take what I want and I throw out what I know.
Homebrewed worlds are great, but I won't lie and say that one of my favorite fucking
Thankfully I homebrew my own
worlds is Forgotten Realms.
I mean, Faerun has its perks, and I have cannibalized plenty of things from Faerun to incorporate into my world to give it added. And I think that's even Matt Mercer did. If you look at the gods of Alexandria, they're a mix of Faerun and Greyhawk. If you look at his world history, he takes pieces of Faerun lore and adds it to his own. Faerun had what do they call it? Sundering.
And replace it with my own.
Essentially.
I mean, I took for my own homebrewing campaign, especially when it comes down to the ancient time stuff. Like what were those idiots' names that had all the floating cities in Faerun? The Thray?
I don't remember.
No, the Netherese, those guys.
Yeah.
I incorporated the Netherese and a bit of their story, but I changed it up a bit. But I also changed up like Carcissus, like kind of a limp. I kind of changed him from just the bumbling idiot who decided to become a god and in the process kill the god of magic.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of make him more of a tragic hero than just doing something so stupid with a 12th level spell.
By the way, Brian, quick question.
So,
Not to interrupt. I realized something.
alright.
When I rolled this character, I forgot to grab my leather armor.
Lol.
So how much would leather armor cost me?
I guess you'll have to go and find out.
Oh, okay. Didn't know if you could just tell me how much it would cost.
I don't have the book open at the time, that's all.
Is it more
This
than
is why I love D&D Beyond. You guys really got to invest.
Is it more than $7? Well, actually, I can pull up the thing real quick.
Is it
Hold
more
on.
than $7?
Or it's not $7, but you know what I mean. Seven gold.
$7.
What, leather armor? It's leather armor is very cheap. It's like
Hell, I mean,
Not
I'll
even
give you
gold,
my
you
leather
better.
armor for $7. I'll take
you accept PayPal or credit card.
I do.
Yep.
If you guys want to bust yourselves up a level, I mean, I accept PayPal.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing the whole pay to win bullshit. No.
Padded is market price 5 gold.
I'm talking about leather.
Yeah, padded is 5, leather is 10.
Oof.
That's market
You do
price.
know that a character has starting equipment that each class gives.
Yeah,
And
mine does
your
give leather.
class-
I forgot to put it in there.
Then throw
just
it on there. Don't tell me that.
throw it
shit.
on there,
Be
yeah.
sneaky, you bitch.
Okay.
Well, no, because you automatically get it. It doesn't count against the 10 gold a class normally gets as starting gold.
Okay, it looks like everything's good. Let me
Throw it on there, yeah.
Sneaky, you bitch.
Okay.
Well, no, because you automatically.
Okay, cool. Actually, the stream is actually picking up everyone really clearly now that I switched my headphones, because now it's not getting a fucking echo because those headphones suck dick.
Yeah, we're definitely kid-friendly.
Fuck, shit, bitch. I'm not gonna say the N-word, but I was tempted to.
Nigger!
God damn it!
That's really
Well, there goes there goes. Oh, look at that! 5 copyright strikes in 3 seconds. Thank you.
Wait, what do you mean copyright strikes? Who owns the word nigger?
Black people.
I'm black.
Are you?
No.
Can you prove it in court?
All right.
Well, Elizabeth Warren is an Indian, so I'm pretty sure we're all African American at this point.
It's
I was
very
gonna say,
fair.
let's just front load this with everything that'll get me demonetized anyway, so it'll scare away the kids.
Well, using that word will probably get you a strike. So I honestly suggest that word should not be used.
Yeah, let's try not to, please. I'd rather like my channel, and people who apparently watch me for one reason or another apparently like my channel too, so.
Because I'll tell you right now, YouTube's built-in algorithms will catch that and can catch that and can strike them for it or fine them for it.
Yes.
Trust me, I was on someone was doing a live stream. It was I don't know if you ever heard of the Mighty Glue Stick.
Yes.
But he does D&D live streams, and he was just doing a conversation on one of his live streams, and we were talking about necromancy. Because he used the word necromancy, he got demonetized.
For necromancy.
Yep.
What the actual fuck?
Yep, he got demonetized for the use of the word necromancy. So those algorithms, man, they're weird as hell. So you just have to watch what you say.
Who the hell is William?
Well, you demonetized our channel, idiot.
Now.
Good job. Did necromancy 10 times.
Necromancer. Anyway, everyone, hop into the freaking game already. James will not be joining us for one Australian reason or another. At least not on time, at least. Lux, shut the hell up. If you've noticed, I've added a few more extra things to the map.
Yes, he fixed the map.
But most importantly...
Take a shit real quick.
Yeah, go for it. But most importantly of all, for those who haven't seen it yet, I've done something even better.
What?
Present to you, Cadia.
Oh, you talking about the city?
Yes.
Yes.
Aquan, behold.
What's up?
New map.
We've now got a city map.
I'm going to
That's
later. Cool. I'm going to again later refine it even more and more, but at least it's a better idea of the area. Up to your top left is the Hexwoods. Okay. Right then. So, seeing as everyone's here.
Also, I think I found a cheat to have me have the map come up. I won't be able to do much movement, but I should be able to see it. Let me just make sure it works.
Right, I forgot, on the phone, right.
By the way, Aquan, I am now on my computer. That's why I sound better.
Yes.
Do much movement. I'm sitting in here in a modified Ford Taurus Interceptor with a fancy-looking light bar and staring at an empty street.
Yeah, you actually win. Not gonna lie, because be able to sit in the front of a police car instead of the back. That sounds like fun.
It is.
Apparently, we're all super hard to hear. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm gonna test a few things.
Well, I hear everyone just fine. How am I sounding? Am I sounding horrible?
I'm going to actually mute my few things to check the recording, the live stream part. How about now, William? How we coming in?
Well, I hear everyone just fine. How am I sounding? Am I sounding horrible?
Who's Zoc?
I'm going to actually mute my few things to check
Do you
the
think?
recording, the live stream part. Oh, Zoc's one of my live crew. How about now, William? How we coming
Oh,
in?
because he just said y'all quiet as hell.
Well, I hear everyone just fine. How am I sounding? Am I sounding horrible?
Who's Zoc?
Oh, you had a bunch of little houses.
This is the city.
Oh, Zoc's one of my live crew. How about now?
Let's
Alright, so
see.
I can't figure out how to boost everyone else's stuff, unfortunately. And not at least without them recording stuff, so I literally have my mic at like negative freaking negative 42. Because I know I can get quite loud.
Hold on. Let me try something.
Yeah, if you guys...
Is this any better?
Holy fuck! You should
I
warn
mean-
us before you do that. Oh.
To be fair, boosting
No warning.
your mics might not be a bad idea.
That hurt my ears.
There you go.
Just don't make it insanely loud.
Seriously though, is this better? Is this okay?
I'm looking at the ah, fuck.
Hey, that is a nice map, man, and I can't move or manipulate anything on the map, but I can now.
There we go. That's something, I guess. Also, you're coming in a lot better, apparently. Looking through the chat. Chat, how we doing? You all sound equally quiet. I was just listening to a ZP video, and you're all at most half as loud as that. It actually is. Lol. Okay, so yeah, if you guys can boost your mics up just a bit, we should come in a lot clearer.
How would I even boost my individual mic up?
I don't know. Here, I'm gonna see if I can do anything.
Because like I said, I'm using like earbud,
Yeah.
skull candy earbuds.
I've got Aquan at max. I've got Ulrich at max.
Well, how about this? Is this good?
Check a look. Chat, what do you think?
Let me know.
There's a few seconds of a delay, so everyone just talk like retards. Oh,
Retard.
So screaming did help. Exponentially quieter, almost that you did a minute ago. All right, I'll boost myself a little bit. Who the hell just popped into? Ah, Zach.
The hell was that?
I'm bitching about the sound.
Yeah.
What the hell am I hearing?
All right, so Zach, how are we coming through on the stream?
Well, Brian, you got
Project
almost
XA3,
exponentially-
what the hell are you? Why do you sound like a malfunctioning elevator, computer, unit, whatever?
I'm coming in through a crap-ass microphone. But, Brian, you got so much quieter on the YouTube stream after I first started commenting about it. Everyone else has actually gotten a bit better, though.
Okay.
Hello?
I will adjust it
Okay.
appropriately then. Checking into it now. Also, I muted Ulrich for the time being.
Oh, okay.
a new admin privilege I've discovered.
Why did you mute him?
Because he was going to end up just shouting at Zoc until he shut up. Am I wrong? Ulrich?
Maybe.
It was my internet.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Ah, cool, fun, great. Kill me. Right then.
Zoc. I put my Zoc on my feet. My Zocs.
I like to pee on my feet using my sock.
Okay, let's
It's a zipperable.
How you should do a video, Brian, called "How to Get Demonetized 101."
I'm pretty sure I have one of those up.
Pretty much every one of your videos is a
Basically,
prime
yeah.
example.
Either way, who cares? Oh right, I forgot.
You could just rename the video.
I could.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. I'm going to drop it into shilling on one of our mutual associates.
How to get demonetized in 2019 comprehensive guide.
Yeah. Be friends with certain YouTubers.
Yeah.
Say swear words.
Check.
Pretty much
Have
anything.
me on your stream.
Be
You know
white.
what? Better yet, be right wing.
Be white.
That'll get you demonetized.
Be white. Be straight. Enough. Be straight.
Be a male.
Enough.
Be a straight white
Alright.
male.
Let's not dwell too much on it. Anyone want to do a recap for us?
Isn't that your job as a DM?
Yeah, but I like figuring out what
Yes,
you guys
it
paid
is.
attention to. I like figuring out what you guys paid attention to.
I have my new friend Ichi.
Ichi? Is that your thing you're rapping?
Alright, then
Yes.
well, I'll do the recap then. Well, actually, yeah, no, go for it.
Well, I have a new friend Ichi. Everyone is enjoying the
Wedding cake.
oyster cake.
Well, actually,
Oyster wedding cake with smoked salmon. Puck got beat up.
Oh dear.
Wait, Pluck got beat up by who?
7-Eleven.
By some low life thieves, but apparently I'm not allowed to cut off their hands, and that made awkward sense.
No. I'm in my room. I was cleaning my room, and I was in the process of getting ready to find something to wash my cloak with.
And if I'm not in the kitchen, I'm hanging out in the library.
Yeah, last I checked, you were in the library still working on your minion.
On Ichi, yes.
Yep. Ulrich, you are currently on your way back to the city. Well, actually, no, yeah, you...
What city?
I guess you'd be back at the town.
Are we skipping the whole battle thing?
I mean, a lot of you guys don't... Well, first of all, Aquin's in no position to be into a fight right now, and... Yeah, probably.
Well, yeah, I can see the map. I mean, but they're also down a player.
Yeah,
And
so...
it's kind of important because...
This time, no. Not
Besides, I only have no spell slots left, and all I had was really firebolt. All I could.
Hey, Firebolt can be very handy.
Oh, if you knew the aim of the guy rolls that in that game.
Yeah.
I don't think I rolled anything above a natural 12.
So you were having
Chris
shit
is
die
here.
rolls. Okay, got it.
I'm trying to figure out where the hell I put my magic item list for you guys.
Oh, yes, and I am owed a magical item.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Both me and Arcades are owed a magical item.
Yeah.
I actually think what I'm gonna do, instead of worrying about my
Ah,
cloak
there's
right
a game
now,
man here.
I can just take it off, leave it in my room, and go. Where else can we go
What
next?
the hell?
Guys, whatever you do, don't make any sudden movements. A gay person is amongst us.
Ah!
I'm driving a car.
Don't make any sudden movements!
Why not?
They can see only when things move, like penises.
God damn it.
How you doing, boy?
The gays can only spot you if you make sudden movement.
Exactly. I could've sworn I fucking had...
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
You know, screw it. I'll improv it. I don't give a shit.
Well, while I'm waiting,
Right. So.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're just handing out loot to them anyway, so it's no big deal.
Right. Acades and Aquan. Tim calls you over into his library. How does he summon you? Well, a skull pops out of the wall and just shouts at you to get the fuck to the library.
I'm in the library.
God. And then he sinks back into your table. You see Tim actually holding up a crystal ball as he did this. Ah, right, you're here.
Bit redundant, but okay.
You know, he's going to float over to you and offer you a book. Flip open a page.
I shall take it.
Alright, roll me just an even numbered die.
Roll your what?
Any even numbered die.
Are there non-even numbered dice? Do those exist?
Good roll.
A 38.
Okay. You open the book, and this passage is presented before you. You are free to read it out loud and describe the item that pops out in your own descriptor.
Blade of the Scholar was swift and agile, sliding through the air with pieces cut
Precise cut.
and
Alright, sorry about that.
punctuating stabs. Full of knowledge and power, he dared to learn it, sitting, awaiting one who can match its wits or learn.
And
A
as
plus
you read
2
that,
rate here.
don't read the parentheses, that's for your personal knowledge.
I shall add it to my
Yes.
character sheet.
As you read that, a rapier of that descriptor slides out from the book and waits for you to grab it.
Well, considering that I have no ears, like traditional ears,
We'll
I cannot have elf
we'll work
ears.
that out. We'll work that out.
Alrighty, plus 2 rapier sounds like a plan. Thank you.
Yep.
Shall add it to my character sheet.
So, do you grab it?
Of course I do.
Alright, cool. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Right.
Magic items, magic items. Some are always cursed. Alright, cool. So you stand there first. Your body freezes up after you grab it, and you hear a voice in your head. Ah, hello there. It is a male voice. You can't quite see it, but as your eyes glaze over, you're sitting in a similarly made library, only much smaller, seeming more of like somebody's own personal cottage, and an elven man is standing before you, wearing green robes and with long platinum hair with almond skin.
Hello, good sir.
I wasn't expecting company. Who are you?
Well, thank you for this interesting introduction. I go up and I hug him.
Okay then.
Does he have any backpacks or pouches?
None that you can see.
Alright. I start cruising around the house, opening up books and lifting up like the teapot lids and going through. So, I take it you are the sword or the previous owner of the sword?
Right. That would make sense based off of how you appeared, at least. Yes. Yes, I am. There was...
So, creator, controller, or the sword itself?
I'm back.
A mixture of both, a mixture of the few of those, actually.
I am back.
Interesting.
Yes, well, there was a ritual that the platoon... well, before I get too wrapped up in this, what happened to the city?
What happened to the what?
The city.
It's completely lawlessness. They don't cut off people's hands who steal.
My gods! The gods? What about the gods?
The gods, didn't you hear?
They don't have gods? That's civil!
There are a bunch of heathens in this town. I
Truly!
mean, I see a temple, but I believe that temple is actually being used as a brothel.
Who is
My
this that Aquan's talking to, by the way?
None of you can see this. Well, first of all, oh yeah, you're just walking in the room. Aqua's just standing there with a dumb look on his face while he's holding a sword. It only lasts for a few seconds, but we'll get to what happens after that. God. But the city still stands, yes?
Well, yeah, it still stands.
Good.
A bit shabby. Worse for
Shabby?
wear.
Shabby.
Yes, people feel the need to live in tents. They have no concept of shelter.
Say. Well, I guess I should explain myself a bit. Well, are you familiar with the war, at least?
Familiar with what?
The Crusades that happened just yesterday.
I'm not from around here. I'm from Sadriel Atolls. It's a bit ways.
Sorry for that. Bit dusty in here. I apologize. He pulls out a small handkerchief and blows his nose a bit. Regardless.
I start feeling the back of my neck. Is there anything like coming off of? Like a
No, but you
grayish,
do have
ghostly tendril?
No, but you do actually have some long flowing hair, actually.
Okay, this is disconcerting.
Why? What is it?
I have hair.
All elves do.
Well, I am not an elf.
Yes, you are.
I am a turtle.
No, you appear to me as an elf.
So this is a form of possession, maybe?
I am not quite sure, actually. We didn't really experiment too much with after the ritual. Well, those of us that survived, at least. Regardless, I was put into the 32nd Regiment to defend Cadia in the Black Hand Crusade. Our regiment.
If you're here to defend Arcadia, it could really use your help. It's controlled by riffraff, and there's no law and order.
Yes, we feared that may have been an outcome.
And the oyster prices are just out of this world.
The oyster prices?
Asking for 70 gold a bushel.
My goodness! He throws his book onto the ground. Why didn't you say so?
I know, it's a tragedy.
Truly!
No one's cutting off hands. The oysters are too expensive. And I have a wedding to plan.
A wedding, you say? Who's playing?
Who's what?
Who's
Wedding?
playing the wedding? Yes, who's playing it?
Oh, we have a bard, young lad. I'm mainly doing it because the bride fancies him a little bit, treats him like a son.
I see.
Personally, I think he's a dismal.
What was his last name, by any chance?
Puck the human? I'm not sure how the culture works on last name. Maybe he's part of a clan. They're humans. I mean, what do you expect? They change every other second. You're an elf, you understand.
Pluck. I know of a man named Huck, but he barely spoke.
Well, this is barely a man. He's more of a boy. Maybe 10 years old?
Does he at least have a full set of teeth?
I don't know. I haven't examined his mouth. But I will be sure to do so once I return.
This is quite important, actually. Make sure you look at his right hand. If his pinky and his ring finger are close in size, that is a very good bardic family. I knew a relative of his, at least. His name was
A human that can play good music?
Yes.
This sounds kind of improbable, but I'll give it a shot.
Well, it wasn't exactly music. It was... Oh, what's the word? He says something in Elvish that you understand, actually, as he says it. Some weird speak. And he switches back to common. It's all quite awkward, really. Quite confusing.
Ah, yes. Like an octopus on a blowhorn.
Quite, yes, indeed. But no, only coming out of his mouth.
Because everyone knows octopuses are only good in percussion instruments.
Of course, they have that many arms. Why wouldn't they use them?
Of
Is
course.
it like?
It's
Is
so
it like
obvious.
Is it like? Is Aqua's homeland just like the Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
You guys don't know.
Well,
You haven't
he
visited yet.
is a talking fucking turtle.
Regardless, long story short, we performed a ritual and bound our souls at the time being to our weapons in hopes of giving them more power, which they seem to have extended our lives in a way. I don't know where my body is, though, unfortunately.
I don't know how I can help you return your soul out of the weapon. I mean, do you know a way? Was there an exit strategy?
No,
Did you think that far?
no, not really. It was all thought up by some odd-looking wizard folk.
Oh, was it a human?
I don't actually remember. Strange.
Because only humans would think so short-sightedly. They only live for like what, 20 years, 30 years? I could.
No, he seemed a lot older than 20.
Well, maybe it was a dwarf.
Possibly.
Did it have a beard?
I don't. The oddest thing, I can't recall.
Well, I'll ask around when I return to see if I can assist in getting you out of this.
Right then. Aquan, I need your intelligence score. What is it?
My intelligence score or an intelligence roll?
Just your intelligence. What is the score?
15, unless I'm 4th level.
Okay,
Then it
you're
would
good.
be a 17.
You're okay. Well, you seem capable enough, at least in wits. I will allow you to wield me.
And if I ever get a chance, maybe I'll find a way to pop you out. I don't know where I'd put you. Maybe a soul stone, or maybe
Possibly.
release you to whatever. What is it? Chlorian? Corlel? I forget the elvish gods.
Corellian.
It's quite hard, really, but regardless, I will allow you to wield me.
Thank you.
I look forward to speaking to you at a later time, but I have much reading to do, so do try to
Yes,
take
I
care.
know. You can never stop reading. And take care, good sir.
Yep.
And is there a door? Stop
As
looking
he
around.
as he wishes you good day, actually, your vision fades and you're back in the library. You feel a bit taller.
Ugh. That was extraordinary. Extra-dimensional travel. Tim, was that a pocket dimension I was in?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There was a man inside the sword.
I've been
Is the sword,
told
actually.
that. I've been told that a lot, actually. It's actually quite concerning. They didn't happen to mention anything about a temple, did they?
No, not that I recall, other than the fact that they are appalled that no one cuts off people's hands in this town who steal. Tim, why haven't you enforced this justice? You steal, you cut off a hand. It's simple enough.
The city I raised from the ground up is gone. I care not for what remains.
I guess that makes sense. They must have failed you. Obviously, a man of your intellect couldn't have caused this. Most likely, the humans are just too stupid.
Regardless. Where's that woman at?
Arcades, I believe you called her with your screaming skeleton.
Yeah. Where the hell is she at?
I'm sure she's coming.
Yeah, well. Freaking dust in here.
Arcades, you're up.
Arcades!
I assume she entered because she mentioned how she was wondering if I was talking to thin air, which would have been hilarious.
Right. But yes, as you enter Katie's, you see Aquin talking with Tim over a book. You see an elven woman over in the corner flipping through a book. And you also see fucking what is your character's name? I can't remember.
What does the elven lady look like?
I don't know. Just an elven girl.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome.
Wait, there's an elven girl here that I missed that?
Yeah, she was kind of walking on her way out though. And then there's Maudrill walking up the stairs to head towards the library.
When
Well,
did she show up?
I'm still in my room right now,
Ah.
so I'm not even there.
You didn't listen to the screaming skeleton?
I was in the bathroom. Remember? I stepped away while he was handing
IRL,
you guys
yes.
while he was handing out your magical weapons. I decided to step away.
It's fine. Relax. Anyway, Acades, you have been summoned.
Okay.
Right, human chick thing, lady. You. Here. He throws a book towards you.
I catch it?
Yep.
It's truly a magical experience.
You
should
catch
try
it with
out.
ease. Open it.
She's worried about what he means magical experience.
Open it.
She'll open it.
Okay. Do not read the thing in the parentheses.
Okay, I will read everything that is in the
I will
parentheses and nothing else.
slap your booty.
No, don't be weird.
Read passage aloud.
What? Oh, gee, thanks. I don't like this passage. Full of rage and blood, he swung me, bringing me upon the bodies of those we hated, soaking me in their despair and blood. Our might knew no match.
Continue. Acades. Internet problems. So Acades suddenly falls into a weird stupor. Anyway, Madro.
Tim doesn't even know I'm there yet. Remember?
No, he doesn't. But have
Yeah.
you said you were going down to the library regardless.
Yeah, I was
right?
gonna leave my cloak in my room and go down to the library. Yes.
Okay, so as you're walking into the library, Tim seems to be focusing on Acades, who is reading the book. And you pass an elven woman heading downstairs.
I would give the elven woman a passing glance, then wait. Because
Acades?
obviously Tim's busy
Okay.
staring at Acades, looking at Acades, so.
Okay, Acades is experiencing technical difficulties. We will get back to that in a minute. So, after Acades gets her weapon, Tim closes the book and puts it on the shelf. Either way, get the fuck out. Who the fuck are you? He says, looking directly towards you, Maudrill.
This is Madra.
There's
He is a friend of us.
What's everyone's passive perception, by the way?
12.
Okay.
1 second. 10.
So, to your eyes, Tim simply disappears and reappears directly over top, looming over top of you. Sneering as he leans closer to you. Why are you in my tower?
Quentin brought me here for cake, and then they showed me to a room.
Well, the skeleton said to use the rooms as required, and he's an ally who has assisted us. He is willing to work. He's also a fellow magic user who is in need of assistance.
Wait. Go back. Rooms.
have
Oh,
plenty
plural.
of rooms.
Plural.
Yes, you have a whole hotel actually in here.
Yes, rooms.
All directed by your skeleton to use. I will emphasize that.
As he lets out this deep, annoying-filled sigh, you smell what appears to be a mix of brimstone and what you can assume is either decay with a mix of hatred.
Hatred has a smell.
If it did, that's what manifested.
Okay. I don't know what. I'm a little intimidated here. Not gonna lie.
I mean, with a 19 on intimidation, yeah, you would be.
Well, not only that, but he is from what I've heard, he is a powerful mage, and yeah, so.
Right. I'll deal with you in a second. But first, rooms?
Yes, where do you think we have been staying all this time, Tim? It has been a couple of days.
I don't know, taverns? You're adventurers.
Talk to your skeleton. He advised us to use the rooms.
Which one?
The one downstairs, the cheeky fellow.
Roll me a perception check. Roll me perception checks. Okay.
My rolls suck.
It's good enough. Trust me.
Are we all rolling perception
Yes.
or just him?
Everyone in the tower, roll me perception checks to hear this.
I can't roll because it's my internet.
Okay, I will roll.
You're having technical difficulties.
I will roll for you, waifu.
Also, I can't add the things that you told me to add.
I'll add it. We can add it later.
Actually, it might. Wait, I can switch.
All right. So all of you from the stairway hear a massive explosion and scattering of bones.
Uh-oh.
I'll deal with that later.
What about my thing?
Right. As you read the passage and completed it, a large sword exits from the book and floats before you.
What does it look like?
It is of undescript appearance, because that is up for you to determine.
Oh, okay. So, what now?
Do you grab it?
I suppose so, yes.
All right, cool. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
So I gotta do this really quick. Give me a second. All right, cool. You failed. So, as you grab the sword, your vision blacks out. To everyone else, Acades is standing there for a split second, for a few seconds, as she grabs the sword, much like Aquin, but doesn't move for about 3 seconds. Acades. The smell of fire, meat, and blood fill your nostrils as your eyes open, and you see before you a large meat hall, propped and full of blood, gore, and meat. So much meat. And sitting at the very head of this long table that is just filled, plate to plate, maybe holding about 28 people in total, possible in total, is a large, rotund, massive orc. Oh, you gits! What you doing there?
I don't know what I'm doing here. What are you doing here?
This is me meat hole! You sit in me mighty meat hole, coming into me home and demand to know who me is. What's you doing in there, huh?
I don't exactly know where I am.
You see me great meat hole!
You just touched the sword.
A sword? Was it a biggin?
Yep.
Oh, was it shiny?
Yep.
Oh, that's a good sword. Just stick anyone with it.
Not yet. I just got
Oh,
it.
you got to go out there and stick him with it, eh?
Sure, I have someone in mind.
This man is immediately walking up to you and he's just looking down at you. Oh, so what's your name, eh? He puts his hands on his he puts his large hands on his fat knees and squats to look down at you. So what's your name, eh?
My name's Acades.
Nice to meet you, Katie's. He forcefully grabs your head and shakes you. You feel your feet. You feel your feet actually lift off of the ground when he lifts up.
Oh, cool. This is my life now.
So then, what you likes to do? You're hungry?
You know what? I think I'm good.
You sure? We got the best darn meat here.
God, what is this guy's name? Maximus Mike Breaker?
Something tells me I won't be here that long.
Alright, so what you so who's you got in mind for the good sticking there?
I met some really rude guy the other day.
Oh, you did, we gonna give him a good sticking? We's gonna have a good old crumpin', eh?
I'll make good practice.
Alright then, if you're willing to give us a good old crumpin', I'll assist you in any ways I can. Deal?
Alright.
He spits into his fat hand and holds it out to you.
Sure. Shake his hand.
And as you shake his hand, the hand you shake it with, you notice you're no longer wearing armor.
Aren't you supposed to like spit on the hand first and then they join hands?
He spat in his own hand, but your hand kind of got caught in.
I meant the other person.
Yeah, he spat in your He spat in his hand and offered it to you.
Okay.
Do you want to spit in your hand?
Yeah.
All right then. And as you hold out your hand, you notice for a brief second, the few seconds that you're able to see it, it's green in skin coloration and a bit thicker. But before you can process that, you're pulled back into the world of the library, to Tim's library.
Oh, cool. I've got some disease.
No, your hand's completely, well, you look at your hand a bit, it has a bit of drool dripping from it.
I shake it.
You see the orc's face appear in the shimmer of the blade.
Who's the closest person next to me?
Tim.
Okay, never mind.
You were gonna wipe the slobber on him, weren't you?
Yeah.
Don't even think about it, kid. I will fucking end you.
Shut up, Brian. She didn't do it, okay?
I know, but he just says that just out of instinct. I will fucking end you.
Okay, calm down, old
Now,
man.
more importantly, who the fuck are you? And then we'll cut back to present time. As he notices,
Why did he shout me then?
as he notices Mondrel walking, enter.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah, we're cutting back because we had to cut back to do your thing.
Okay.
And you were so upset, and then you just instantly loved him. So, what the fuck do you mean multiple rooms?
They just told me to pick one. They all had one too.
He slowly, you hear the bones in this man's body creaking as he turns around to look at everyone that's in the room. Either all move into one room or get the fuck out. I'm not a hotel, for fuck's sakes. Well... Hello?
Hello.
Oh, did you not hear what I said?
Nope, didn't hear a thing.
Necro might have,
He basically said either all of you guys move into one room because I'm not running a hotel here, or find your own place to live. Did that come out last time? This time?
No, it didn't.
Motherfucker.
He told us, everybody basically, either all move into one room, or get the fuck out and find somewhere else to stay.
I'm not running a hotel here. Also, where the fuck is that dwarf? And we'll cut back to Ulrich. Alone in the Underdark. With a bag of magic items, because he had stolen them all. Like this sneaky bitch that he is. Heading off to the Drow Queen's kingdom.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. Where would you head then?
I just head back up.
So you'd head past.
I didn't even know. Well, how did I get where I am now?
You went from the mushroom. It's gonna sound gay as shit, saying mushroom village.
When did I separate from other people?
I'm assuming that you hid in like one of the caverns and stole the shit and then got out. That's what I'm assuming.
No, remember he got caught up with the Drow Queen.
We'll just say that you're back at the Drow Kingdom and getting a lashing for not bringing back any proof. And sent on your way with no payment.
God damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a problem?
I will shove it up your ass.
Oh. Is that so?
It is.
And as he says that, several Drow guards drop from the ceiling and surround him.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have fun with you. And you're taken out of the throne room.
To the sex dungeon.
No, to the cock and ball torture dungeon.
Great.
Ulrich, you can switch over to your second character.
Alright.
Oh, so that was his way of killing off Ulrich, I take it?
Basically.
Wait, was it the Drow Queen I was talking to just now?
Yes!
Is that what happened? You said I was just in the Drow Kingdom.
You're a
I
plaything
thought I was
now.
talking to myself.
You're a plaything now, Ulrich.
So you didn't wonder why several Drow dropped from the ceiling?
No, I mean, I kind of accepted that at that point, but I don't want him to die.
We'll find out what happens to him later.
Whatever.
Regardless, I forget your character's name, but they have just wandered back into back to Cadia.
Where?
The cratered city.
Okay. I look around.
You see, well, first of all, it's a large city. Wait, I'm pretty sure I've described it to you before, right?
Go ahead and do it again, because I had like a month break.
Yeah, fair enough. I gotta find your character, actually. Where the hell is it? Where's your character at? Right, it was under this one. Right. Drop you. Also, what the hell ever, but yeah, you had picked up a piece of paper from a previous town saying that mercenaries were wanted and to head to the center of this abandoned city. Presumably abandoned city.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Your other team seemed to have just kind of left you after the prison thing. So you figure, fuck them. Gonna go get some work done.
Okay.
So yes, you ended up in Cadia. It's a rather large city. Quite fucking impressive, all things considered. At least it would have been at its prime. But regardless, it probably can hold about 10,000 people minimum, or maximum, sorry. No, minimum. Holds about 10,000 people, at least if the buildings are anything to go off of. There's a large tent city, well, a large tent town to the right side of you as you enter from right up here.
The north.
Yeah, from the north. Being careful to avoid the woods to your right, which you suspect to be quite unsettling. Unsettling. I don't know why.
I would know what they are, wouldn't I?
You give me a check.
Since
give me an account. Yeah, give me a history check. Give me a history check, actually.
All right.
Give me a history check as you're walking.
Do I get to do it with
Just give me a check, boy.
19. There you go.
Yeah, you know that those are the hex woods and they are best to be avoided, and especially not to go wandering around when your pants can be taken off easily.
Yep.
But yes, you make your way to the center of the town as you were instructed and approach the large obsidian shard that is the tower. You have no idea how to get the fuck in, as there was no instructions on the piece of paper saying how to get the fuck in.
What does the piece of paper exactly say?
Mercenaries wanted. It gives instruction. It says basically mercenaries wanted. It gives you instructions on how to find the city. Something along the lines of it was based off the area actually, so it would tell you exactly what roads to follow when you needed them. But as you approached, it never gave further instructions. It also said gold payment 100 per body.
I take the piece of paper and touch it to the wall of the shard.
And a small door opens for you.
I enter.
Alright, and the door shuts behind you, and you see Tim's tower.
Alright.
Well, you're in Tim's tower.
I look around.
You see a skeleton rushing towards you with a chair in its hand.
I take out my sword.
Okay. And as he's about to reach you, he explodes. Give me a dexterity saving throw to avoid shrapnel.
4.
Yeah, you get thrown back out. The door opens up just in time to help relieve some of the pressure in the room, so nothing goes flying anywhere, and you go flying back out the front door. You take 1 point of fucking force damage.
Alright.
Well, 1 point of force damage and 3 points of bone hitting you in the face damage.
So 4 overall?
Yes.
Okay. I cast magic armor myself.
Mage armor?
Yeah, mage armor.
Okay, that's more to raise your AC, but okay.
Sure, but that's not the... AC isn't a thing in world, is it?
Yeah, it is.
So I cast mage armor.
Yeah, armor class is a thing in world. AC.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, so if I go to a blacksmith, I can ask him, what AC is this? And he will tell me in character that the AC of that armor.
Well, no, not like that, but no.
No.
Oh, there you go. So it's basically defense.
Nah.
Whatever. Anyway,
So you're going in more defensive.
I cast mage armor and I go back in with my staff unsheathed.
Your staff unsheathed?
Yes, that's right.
You don't sheath a staff, though.
I don't care. I don't care. That's right.
So we got another mage.
So yes, that's you're kind of where do you head, by the way? There's a stairway going up, a stairway going into the base. Well, what you presume is the basement, and a hall to your left that appears to go to a cooking, to a kitchen.
Wait, actually, hold on just a moment.
No, okay.
Would an 8 pass the deck save?
No.
Okay, never mind. Okay. So
it was an explosion from a skeleton you didn't expect to explode.
Yeah.
you personally even seem to have been ready to attack the skeleton with a sword. You did not expect it to explode.
Yeah. No, I mean, but I'll take what I can get. So, either way. A stairway to my left, and what was to my right?
A stairway going up onto the right side. A short hallway leading to a kitchen to your left, and ahead of you, just
he
underneath.
hasn't met Cookie yet?
Huh?
He hasn't met Cookie yet?
This character has not, no. And basically running parallel with the stair going up is the stairs going down, right underneath of it.
I go to the kitchen.
Okay, I don't feel like doing cookie right now, so we're going to switch back over to a different scene. So we're switching back to the crew up in the library. By the way, whatever happened to Ulrich?
He stayed behind.
Ah, so he's dead. Okay.
I mean,
Let's pause.
does anyone really care?
I think you guys were close to him.
Who's Ulrich?
No.
Yeah, who's Ulrich?
Right then.
Wow, really?
Seeing as he's
He
dead.
means Orissa Aquin.
What?
Oh, Orissa.
What?
Yes, I think he's inquiring about finishing and completing his sex change.
Alright, 1,000 questions, don't care. Personally, really don't.
Katie's is giggling.
Regardless, Tim's just visibly annoyed at this point because he's had a day. Well, seeing as he's dead, what do you guys? Because to my understanding, there was some miscommunication about names for your little band of mercenaries. What the hell are you guys going by?
Black sheep.
God, like this weird
Not
frog
the black
noise
sheep,
somewhere.
please,
Ah.
no.
Do you have any need for any assistance in anything that we can assist?
I mean, if you guys are going to be a mercenary band working for me, I at least need something to put in the books.
How about
Or at least on your tombstones. Mostly on your tombstones. In
How
fact,
about the
I'm
gold-
convinced entirely on your
Oh, damn
tombstones.
how about the Golden Company?
My God, I hate it.
Wow, that's awful.
Oh, shut up.
Did you say Golden Company?
Yeah.
Actually, not too bad, but
No, it's
Not
really
that bad at all.
How is it bad?
really not bad.
What's wrong with
It's
it?
cringeworthy.
No, it's
How-
You're not here, dwarf. Go away.
God, do you
You're
hear?
not even here.
Why
You're
does
not
it
even
why does
here,
it sound like there's
uh,
an annoying
A black
dwarf?
sheep isn't cringy?
Why does
No,
it sound
it's
like
fucking
why
retarded.
why does it
Black
sound
sheep is
like
fucking
there's an
stupid.
annoying voice in my head of a dead man? Weird. Yeah, well, whatever. I don't care. I really don't. So, Golden Company.
Sure.
Sure.
I say aye to that. That sounds good. I like it.
Also, who the fuck is he again?
Alright, fine.
He thumbs over to Module. Who the fuck is this guy again?
Who?
Is he with you? He points at Module.
We kind of just bumped into
Yes, he is
him,
our
so I
he is our
guess
assistant.
she just. Katie's just.
My name is Madro.
Katie's just true.
Whatever happened to that gift that was with you guys? Is he still alive?
He's running around. He's running around in the city somewhere.
Right. Well, most mercenary bands have 5 people minimum, so
Well, we have the dwarf, we have Bud, we have Arcades, we have the new human, we have Puck. We have plenty of.
Human? Who's the human?
well, figure out who you want to be the main mercenary group, I guess.
Oh, Arcades.
Minimum of, you guys need a minimum of 5 signatures on the contract. If
I guess we better go find Mrs. Dwarf then.
All right, I don't care.
I'm not going back there.
I'm not asking. He
You're
just
going back.
he pulls out a small scroll case and just hands it to Acades. Get 5 signatures. I don't care from who, but if whoever signs it's part of the contract. Hands it to Acades and goes back to his studies.
Okay.
Also, move into one room or I kill all of you.
Katie
All right, that
slowly
sounds like we can move on.
Katie slowly unrolls the scroll and reads the contract.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check. Actually, wait. What
I
language?
shall read it as well.
What languages do you guys speak?
Common, Celestial, and Orc.
Okay.
Well,
Is that in addition with your newest acquired stuff, or?
Common,
Orc is the new
Celestial,
one.
Okay.
Aquin, or Equin, sorry, and Elf.
Okay, so between the two of you, because it's a mix of different languages from what you're able to tell. But for the most part, it's basically stating in legalese, or whatever it is, that you guys are an official mercenary group sanctioned in the city, and that you basically have free roam to move around and accept contracts from any company that's willing to hire you.
Nice.
All of the direct procedures and negotiations are dealt with by Tim or whoever is holding the contract at the time. For the most part, you guys have the protection. You're responsible. Your main first and topmost priority is the city. Second priority is the anything surrounding it, and third is whoever signs the contract to hire you guys. But for the most part, you are also there's about 5 slots for names, and about a list of 10 empty spaces for people associated with. And beneath that is also what you guys get as a benefit, which is, give me a second to pull this up, free graves, dental, a bi-monthly payment from the city.
Bi-monthly is twice a month or once
every 2 months.
Bi-monthly is twice a month.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, bi-monthly then. Bi-monthly payments, depending on how many contracts you fulfill. And, most importantly of all, guaranteed to not be killed on sight.
I like the free grave stuff.
While entering the city of Cadia.
See, I like the last bit. Guaranteed not to be killed on sight.
Yeah, another privileged white boy doesn't want to be
You also
killed
see.
on sight.
You also give me perception. Actually, no. Give me perception.
All of us.
You just the two
reading
that.
the fine print. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
reading just below that last part.
Aquan, please catch this. Yay!
Subject to change.
Okay.
Just underneath of I won't kill you on sight. Subject to change.
I don't like that.
Nice.
So we need 5 names.
Your mileage may vary.
Basically, if you it translates to if you piss me off, I might take that privilege away from you.
And you don't even know about any of this, Mr.
But regardless,
Transsexual dwarf.
But regardless, you need 5 signatures, and then any associated groups.
Well, if I want to gain more spells, I have to sign it. I need to become a necromancer for my people. So I sign it.
Okay.
I'm definitely signing it.
You have not been presented with a contract yet.
Brian?
Yes, Hor?
Above game, can more names be added to this thing?
There are 10
Okay.
extra sections for like the first few associates the first 10 people you associate with. But after that, I mean, you'll have to experiment and find out, or you could ask questions.
Because we do have a lot of we have like 2 people that joined recently. Just one of them isn't.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Regardless, you have 10 extra sections for like people you associate with, so people that will be off and on with your main party.
Okay. Katie's will turn around. So new guy, since you're here already, you wanna be in our mercenary group?
Sure. I could use
That's
the money.
Acades,
Well, I could
are
use
you
the
going
money
to sign it?
Well, I can't do voices.
I could use the money, and I could use the traveling companions, and I could use the experience. So it works out for me.
We also have dental.
A what?
Dental.
The dental.
Speaking of dental, I need to find Puck.
You know, in my country, graves can cost you up to like 15 grand, easy.
So I will sign. Said
Acades, do you sign?
Of course.
Okay. So
And then after us 3 have signed, we'll go to Pluck's room and go pester Bob and Pluck about it. I mean, they're closer.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bob.
As soon as I see Puck, I'm gonna go over to him, open up his mouth, and examine his.
Why are you
Is this the first thing Zarathustra's gonna see when he meets you people? Is
No, you're still
sexual
downstairs.
harassment?
You're
Well,
still downstairs.
You're not even nowhere near us.
That's only because you just quit on me in the middle of the scene.
Well, yeah. I will say after you guys made it to your room and Aquin starts his sexual harassment campaign, his lifelong goal to invade everyone on some personal space level that hasn't been experienced before. His first victim being Maudrill. His second victim now being Pluck.
Oh no, my boy.
My boy.
Look how they massacred my boy.
But yeah,
Bullying is
Zarath, whatever. I don't know.
Zarathustra.
Zarathustra, sorry.
Yeah, it's really not that hard to say.
Relax.
Well, he had trouble with my name the first time, so.
Someone's read Nietzsche.
That's right.
God damn it. Regardless.
I like Nietzsche.
I also examine his ring and middle finger to see if they are equal in size.
Yeah.
Does he meet the genetic description that was given to me?
Which parts are you looking at specifically?
I'm looking to see if he has teeth and checking them.
Yeah, he
I'm
has
also
he has
looking to
full
see
set
if
of teeth.
Okay, what about the index finger and middle finger?
Yes. And it wasn't the
Ah.
index, it was the pinky and the ring.
Oh, the pinky and the ring. Ah, I hear that you come from a good family of bards. I had to be sure though.
Can you please get out of his mouth?
I let him go.
Your hand is very fish tasty. Has anyone ever told you this?
Why, thank you.
And we'll come back to Zarathustra.
Give him. It's fine.
I'm just gonna call you
It's okay.
Zara.
Sure.
Actually, it'd be more accurate for Zara, but
I'm gonna just call you Zar.
Yeah, it's
Let's call you Zar. So, Zar, you enter the kitchen, and I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
oh god.
As I have rolled for chaos.
Oh god.
What saving throw?
Poor
Dexterity.
Cookie, you mean poor Zarathustra?
True.
1.
Okay. So you rolled. No. For chaos, I rolled, and I don't shit you, 69. So very nice.
Am I dead? Is that it?
No, but you just, as soon as you walk into the room, you find yourself unable to move.
Okay.
I'm still missing a chunk of hair.
Yeah, your arms and like the first parts of you that enter the room are just like stuck, and like you try to pull, and you just can't seem to figure out why. Give me a perception check.
Oh, there we go.
You struggle to look around and eventually look up and see a giant spider that is currently being getting the shit kicked out of it by a small, what appears to be goblinoid, but with like purple skin, and he's hitting it with a board with nails in it. He's shouting, "Die, spider! Die! 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 Die!" This carries on for several minutes without him even noticing you.
So the spider is
Getting the shit
Getting
kicked out of
what?
it by Cookie, yes.
okay. Well, how does that affect me exactly, or is it not? Or can I tell if it's affecting me?
Sure, give me an intelligence check. Just a straight intelligence. Try and piece this situation together.
Oh, there we go.
You look
That's
around and like kind of glance around your face because you're not exactly able to move too much, but as like you struggle to push your hand at least into a visional cone, You notice there's webbing, just completely covering your hand as you pushed it. You're stuck in a giant spider's
I
web.
figured it would be something like this. I cast Green Flame Blade on my hand.
Do you have that spell?
Yes.
That's a cantrip, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, you do.
It is, but I don't think it works the way he thinks. He's trying to make it work, though.
Yeah,
I don't think
you
it
need a
works the way
weapon
you
for
think
that.
it works.
I can cast it on my fist.
That's not a weapon. You're not a monk.
Yeah, technically it is a weapon. He can do 1 point of damage with
With a
whatever his
weapon
strength
against
is.
one creature.
Yeah.
With
The fist
So
is?
you have a knife.
you must make a weapon attack with a weapon. You must make a melee attack with a weapon against one creature within the spell's range. Otherwise, the spell fails.
Okay. I punch myself with my fist and
Okay.
take my 1 damage and have the flames.
Okay, well,
try
first
and
make
free
me a
me from
dex
the
check. First make
I
me a
don't
dex
think
check.
that's how it works. I don't think that's how it works.
Ladies,
You're gonna kill
ladies,
yourself.
ladies. You're unable to break through the webs.
There is a spell that you were using all the time with this character before, so
You're also unable to break through the webbing.
But technically, by the rules, that would work. He would punch himself and also do not just 1 point of damage, but the Green Flame Blade damage.
Yes, but he is unable to reach himself
I'll
due to the
do
webbing.
I'll do the Green Flame Blade damage to the webbings and 1 damage to myself.
No,
that's not how it works.
That's what I was saying. That's what I meant.
Ladies,
He's gonna end up killing himself.
ladies. He's unable to get the spell off anyway because he can't move his hand.
I don't think it's actually somatic. Yeah, it's just verbal and weapon. So I don't need my hands.
Yes, but you're trying to punch yourself in the face. You're unable to have your fist reach your face.
Okay, fine. I cast Firebolt on the spider. If I can.
Sure. A sec. You have to make an attack roll with that, right?
I think so, yeah.
Go for it.
Firebolt.
You manage to miss the spider, unfortunately, but you do hit Cookie. Roll damage.
oh,
Poor
Nice.
Cookie.
not Cookie.
That's not gonna be good.
8 damage.
Luckily, he manages to his
Someone's getting turned into a salt shaker.
probably. Somehow he manages to have manipulated himself just out of the way to avoid the lethality of being set on fire. But his apron is on fire though, having taken a blow
How
to his
come-
body.
Alright.
The way we're doing
Yes.
damage has changed for experimental purposes. Instead of taking damage, you're going to say how you avoided being lethally murdered by a knife entering your chest.
Okay. So,
So-
why do we need damage rolls?
It's still no health still works the same. It's just thematically, like RP wise, it's different.
Okay.
It puts more freedom of of style in your courts instead of leaving it always up to me.
Sure. Okay.
So in order to avoid being hit in the face with a firebolt, he's going to let his apron catch on fire instead of him. Understand?
Okay.
Does everyone understand that?
Sure.
Okay.
Well,
Yes.
technically, Firebolt doesn't leave damage, fire behind to cause bleed damage. It's more like it strikes you in a burst of like a little small explosive hit.
Okay, then I'll say that his
Yeah.
apron got scorched up a bit, so that
There you
distracted him.
go.
What are you doing? Who are you? Shut the hell up! Starts hitting the spider back with the nailed bat. The
Can I do it
fridge has
again?
gone rogue! The fridge has gone rogue! Repeat!
I like Cookie.
Yeah, well, Cookie might get turned into a fridge, so...
I actually,
No.
I actually don't like Cookie. You pull up some of my hair.
You racist.
Yeah, how dare you be culturally insensitive?
Anyway,
Bobby,
can I cast
insult you.
another spell?
Sure.
Okay, I cast Frost on the spider.
You cast what?
Frostbite.
It's a con save, right?
Mm-hmm.
It fails.
Is it?
What is the effects of frostbite?
Let's see. It's I think it gets disadvantage. Yeah, takes 1d6 cold damage. That's 4. And has disadvantage on next weapon attack. It makes before the end of its next turn.
So as it starts to freeze and crackle up a bit, its movements are definitely
Yes.
getting slowed. I don't know what you're doing, but keep at it! He starts hitting the thing harder with the nailed bat. With a nailed piece of wood. And its attack, due to disadvantage, fails to hit him, as he narrowly avoids getting striked by one of its arms. Its mouth currently being occupied by a previous utensil, which was a frying pan. So he still has the frying pan in its mouth to keep it from biting him, and is beating it over the head with a wooden plank with nails in it.
Alright. Can I
Gotta love the sex number.
try to make another save to free myself?
How do you want to try and free yourself?
What exactly does it look like?
It's very thick webbing.
How do they bind my hands? Are they
It's sticky.
just like in front of me?
Well, as you were walking, basically. So whatever gesture you were making while you were walking, you just. So.
Okay.
So presumably they're at your side, and you're just crack your fingers back to like point and do the thing.
Let's see here. Can I?
I'll say you can move your fingers at best. So you can point.
Can I?
You can point and try that spell if you wish.
Use firebolt. Can I use firebolt not necessarily as a damage spell, but more as a
Sure.
lighter, like a
Sure.
lighter to try and burn the webbings, but not
Sure.
burn
Make
myself?
the attack. Make the attack. Because it will still fly from your finger, but you're going to try and aim it to hit more of the web on its way out instead of hitting anyone.
Yep. There you go.
Okay, so as it scorches most of the web, it actually manages to hit the spider, which goes.
Right. So that's 8 damage.
It's not a very happy camper. However, you do have free movement of your left hand now. Die! 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 Die!
I mean, that's it, right? I've done my turn.
You continue.
Oh, I can? Okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna...
Because he's basically occupied by the spider. You're not in combat. He is.
Okay, I'm just gonna cast Firebolt to the spider.
Die! 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 Go ahead.
21.
Hit.
It's an amazing 2 points of damage.
Die! Die! You managed to hit his board and set that on fire, so he starts hitting it even harder with the flaming board. Ah! Die! 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 You still only have one arm free.
I'll cast Firebolt on the other arm, angle it so that it hits the spider if it's successful. If I don't kill myself.
So you're going to try and free your other arm, but hit the spider.
Yes. I'm going to try to fire a firebolt such that it passes close enough to my arm to burn the webbing, and
You
then
can
on its
only
way away
you,
from
you
my
can
arm.
only shoot the spider or shoot at your arm.
I'll free myself.
All right, so yeah, you make the shot. Do the roll. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, you managed to free your other arm, but you know your chest is still. Well, actually no, burns off most of your chest too, but your legs are a bit stuck still. I'm assuming you immediately
Alright.
get your head free and brush all the webbing out of your hair. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so now, well, with that, I'm going to say you could easily pull your feet free with a good strength check.
Alright.
Close enough.
Actually, 18, does it?
Yeah, close enough. You managed to pull your boots free without losing any of them, and you're now standing in a kitchen that is apparently being overrun by giant bugs, all screaming and panicking in their own voices, which I'm not doing because bite me, and just going for their own hiding spots. While the giant spider, apparently standing where a fridge might be, is currently getting its head smashed in by Cookie, the dark goblin creature.
Yep. I'm gonna cast Frostbite on the spider.
Okay.
That's DC 10.
It failed
for
with
damage.
3.
Okay, so it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Good!
I'm just gonna
Grab
keep.
me a better weapon! He points towards a roach that's scurrying away from you. Smack it!
I cast Thunderclap.
On the roach or the spider?
On the bug. On all the bugs.
Oh god, okay. I have a lot of dice to roll. Whatever you do, don't use the aerial of And as you set off Thunderclap, I need you to make me several checks.
Oh my god.
First, a Constitution
Yeah.
saving throw as several bugs that were just near you explode into spices and fly into the air.
I don't
That's
think
a
we're
6.
6 is a failure. So your lungs.
What about the 10?
Your lungs and oh yeah, no, that I was rolling to see what failed. So your eyes and mouth and nose are filled with a mixture of pepper and what the fuck's that other irritating thing? Can't remember right off the top of my head. Not
Paprika.
feminist.
What?
Paprika,
Salt.
yes.
Chili powder?
And
Paprika?
paprika.
Chili, yeah.
Garlic salt,
Garlic salt, paprika, and
cumin.
pepper.
Cajun spice.
Basically, you get a spice
cardamom.
rack smacked in your face.
Alright.
So it's kind of hard to breathe and see. Secondly, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage due to this ailment that you've just suffered.
That's 6.
Okay, you failed to avoid the falling china cabinet.
Wait, hold on. Does a 10 cut it
For what?
for the saving?
But from additions from what?
For the deck saving throw, because I have this. I can add 4 to a saving throw as a reaction if I fail it.
I'd say it would make it to the halfway point. Regardless,
then never
you
mind.
take about 9 damage as it crashes on top of you.
Alright.
Oh dear! Not the fine china!
This is great. Holy shit.
I need you to make me another dexterity. Actually, no, you're underneath a china cabinet. You're not moving anywhere, boy. But luckily, the collection of unique knives, embed itself into the china cabinet instead of you.
Nice.
Although you do feel one go winging right between your legs, but you don't feel any pain. Well, he's probably dead. And for the final thing that exploded, that would probably hurt you. Another spice rack.
Well, there goes our newest member who hasn't even met us yet.
But luckily, however, you are underneath the china cabinet, so you don't get affected again by the disadvantage that would have been imposed on you by the second spice rack hitting you.
Nice.
So, everyone, roll me perception checks once more to hear all this bullshit.
Well, to hear the fucking thunderclap.
Pass.
What?
Need you
You
to make me a
basically have to
perception
roll a natural 1 to miss this.
check. Need you to
Oh,
make
so
me
we're
a
rolling for
percep-
perception?
Yes, to hear all this bullshittery. As you exit the library.
And thunderclap is a loud spell, so yeah, we.
Yeah, all of you
It's
hear
an
a loud
extremely loud spell.
explosion followed by what just sounds like chaos incarnate.
I rolled a 9.
It sounds like one of those cartoons where the entire kitchen falls apart.
Basically,
Literally.
yes.
I guess we better go check.
Yeah, but all of you hear this loud-ass noise apophomy
Sounds like
happening.
Cookie's cooking up something scrumptious for dinner.
I'm in severe stress here!
What?
I'm in severe distress!
Can y'all hold on 1 second? I gotta run to the restroom. I gotta go piss.
Sure, we can take a fiver.
No!
Okay.
Hey, if I don't go,
Ain't not right.
if I don't, I will pee myself. I'd much rather go to the bathroom.
That's a fair price to pay for.
I'm willing to take that
My-
risk.
30 seconds.
Good done.
Yaka.
Hello.
Are you happy that you joined?
Yeah.
I told you you would be.
Ugh,
So,
I'm still
I
tired.
am the cream of the crop.
Tear, enjoying your first time back?
Yes. Yeah.
Good job fucking up the kitchen.
Thanks.
I had to roll on a table I never thought I would get to use.
When are we gonna play the other game?
Whenever we figure out scheduling shit.
I'm back.
Alright,
I'm back.
but yes. So yeah, you hear all this bullshit commotion from the kitchen. It is up to you what you guys do.
I'm gonna go
Obviously,
check it
a
out.
souffle
Also,
ain't right.
Should we check it out? I mean, Cookie is
Well,
there.
yes, because if the souffle is ruined, we're not gonna have anything to
Okay.
eat for dinner.
Katie's is gonna go help out
Yes.
also with the promise of maybe food.
I guess we're going.
So all three of you guys make your way down with
Is
contracts.
Boob coming?
You guys didn't even make it out of the library.
Oh, okay.
No, I thought
you
we
thought
were at a library at this point.
Yeah, I thought we went.
You guys were in the stairwell. You were heading up, heard this crash, and decided to head back down.
But we were talking to Bob and
Were
Puck.
we talking to Puck at them before?
Fine.
Yes, we were, because I examined Puck.
I was more gonna make it more thematic. Alright, well yeah, sure. But before they can sign it, you leave the contract with them, I'm assuming?
Yeah, leave the contract with them so they can sign it. And besides, it's probably just the souffle didn't rise. So
Okay.
we don't need that many.
Yes, as you head down, you see the pure chaos of a kitchen literally on the verge of being set on fire.
Where's the fire coming from?
Cookie.
I'm gonna help. Go.
Let me see. Do I have anything I can help use to put the fire out, magic-wise?
And what's on fire is what appears to be a plank of wood with nails in it, while he's beating the shit out of a dying giant spider. The fridge has gone rogue!
What do we do?
You need to test it.
Kill it?
Yes!
Okay. She's
Okay.
gonna take
BG.
out her new sword.
Shooting
Well,
arrow.
okay, we have to find out the order of action here.
It has like no health, so you guys, I'm assuming you just gang up on it, yeah?
Oh, we're just ganging up on it?
You?
Okay,
Do you guys
gr-
gang up on it, or do you guys want to take turns swinging at it?
We can gang up on it.
Yeah, we can gang up on it.
Alright, so
I'm
regardless,
guessing.
basically, with the might of the four of you guys beat the living shit out of this thing. And
Yahoo.
as Cookie takes his plank of wood and smacks it super hard, showering all of you guys in spider guts, it turns into a fridge.
I duck behind somewhere.
can I make a dex
Sure,
save to see
dexterity
if I
saving
can-
throws to avoid getting gooped.
Yes.
As a
'Cause
loud
that guy would definitely not want goop on him.
Okay. Zara, you're underneath of a cabinet. You're fine.
Oh, okay, good.
Aqua, do you care?
Good, I'm underneath a camp. That's great.
I got a
No,
bad
not really,
feeling.
because I would probably be clean. I'll probably check tasting, see if you're tasting.
So, the explosion rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
So even Zara, you're getting hit with this.
I was. If I passed, I would have used Mordra as a shield.
So basically, the entire kitchen gets hit with this. Actually, just showered in a
Ugh,
goopy mess.
yuck!
Nice.
I'm gonna need a right proper bath. Ugh.
I lick some off my face. What does it taste like?
It tastes like rotted meat and curse.
Curse, huh?
It's not your best work, Cookie.
What the hell does a curse taste like?
It tastes
Is it
like
the
the
guy
Curse
all
flesh.
over their
sounds like the
face?
name of a cheap like sports drink.
It tastes of accursed flesh. So
okay,
rot and ash.
Katie's gonna try and wipe her face and say, "Oh, this is fine."
No, I'm gonna need to find a bath.
Did you get it, Brian?
Cookie slowly drops his wooden utensil, picks up his frying pan, turns around, opens his mouth, and just lets a giant loaf of goop just fall out.
God.
A giant loaf of what?
Goop. Because his mouth was open while he was shouting his last and
Poor
most of it
Cookie.
went into his mouth.
I pull out my wand and cast prestidigitation on myself. So I'm up.
So you just make a bigger pile of goop onto the floor.
And I cast on everyone else.
Yeah, I
You
was gonna
make
say,
bigger
"Can you do that
groups
for
of
me,
pu-
please?"
You make more groups of bigger piles of goo on the
And then
floor.
I cast it on the floor.
I don't know where it would go.
No, it would clean it up.
I thought it more of acting like a mop usually.
No, prestidigitation will remove all soiled and stuff like that. Let me double check on this.
You can use it for just about anything. It's a pretty nifty spell. I wish I had picked it up, but I didn't.
Regardless, it is. Well, what's the area of effect on that? Actually, I gotta check.
Yeah, I'm looking up right now.
Regardless, as Aquan is cleaning you off, Cookie just looks quite haggard with the situation. I'm afraid the souffle will be taking a bit longer.
Katie's looks a little dismayed.
Just a little longer?
Just a little.
Because food. She likes food.
Where's that stove at? Where's the oven? He starts just pushing goo out of his tiny little string of hair.
Do we notice the guy under the shelf?
No.
Okay, it
Well, you
would
do
take
see
me
a
some
shelf
time.
that you guys stepped on and walked over to get into the kitchen.
Because I can only physically clean up 1 cubic feet of space. So it'd take me some time to clean up the whole kitchen. But
Awkward, my boy. I'll handle it.
oh, okay. I'll
Thank you.
Do you need some assistance lifting up the cat?
I mean, there was a fellow in here, a red boy. I think he might be under there. You
that's
you
not
guys
the boy.
did kind of step on
Did
it
have a-
on your way in.
Did it have a beard?
I don't know.
Because if it had a beard, it's most likely a woman.
I'm not paid enough to deal with this.
Alright, guys, let's
left
lift
off the
this
cabinet.
thing up.
I'm not paid enough to deal with this. But yes, but we're between the three of you guys, you managed to lift up the cabinet and find Zara. Describe yourself.
Zarathustra is a moderately sized hobgoblin
Right,
with magenta skin, wearing a blue robe with a weird-looking staff and a sword sheathed in his belt, and a lot of spices on his face at the moment. Spices, wrecks, splints of wood and china, all that good stuff.
You're not a dwarf.
It's in my nose.
It looks like a mix of paprika and curry.
Yeah. Cookie in the background just kind of slowly walks towards the oven and pulls out a souffle.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a Jew joke. I guess not.
No, you see,
Are you gonna grope him too?
Zar, you see, souffles come out of the
Does
oven.
he have a backpack or pouches?
Zar, you see, I wouldn't make a Jew joke because souffles come out of the oven.
Oh no.
I mean, Jews also come out of the oven at some point.
No. I mean, only
I
once a
thought you
week.
go off the smokestack.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Anyway, now that we've
Demonetized.
officially been demonetized.
Yeah.
You were never monetized in the first place.
Exactly.
Nigger.
God damn it, stop!
no.
Dude, I don't want to get taken down. Just demonetize.
You realize that'll actually get them to take the video down, right?
Yeah, that's
Wait,
a good
really?
way to actually get all of our accounts freaking shut down.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So let's not. start
That's
trouble.
more than I.
Yeah. So regardless,
All right. So does he have backpack or pouches on him?
Zara, do you?
Yeah, I do. I have an ingredient pouch in my belt, and I have a backpack on my.
Okay. Well, I give him a big hug. Welcome to Cookie's Kitchen. I'm going through his backpack and pouches.
I punch him in
What
the
do you have
face.
inside? Hey, you can be
No.
tagging.
Oh, roll for attack.
Roll initiative then, you two.
Oh no.
Ooh, there you go.
Aquin,
Big
before you can get into his bag, a fist is coming towards you. Zarathustra rolled a hit. Just plain.
Is it just
plain
strength?
Yeah, just plain strength.
Should be disadvantaged because he's covered in spice and his eyes are probably burnt.
Aquin, I'm assuming that an 11 or a 6 doesn't match your AC, right?
Not at all. I just assumed that he was just trying to give me a bigger hug. I hug him even more.
That's the strength roll is not an attack roll.
Well, no, that's the thing. He has no training with fists.
Yeah, but you
It's
set
a
the roll an
D20,
attack
I
roll.
think, but
No, I said roll
He
strength roll.
would attack roll, but 11 ain't gonna hit me. So I just assumed he wanted another hug, so I give him another.
Yeah, the attack roll would be rolling a d20.
That is a
but-
D20.
well, it's the same thing because there's no modifiers in strength. At this particular point, doesn't really matter.
Regardless, you're being hugged.
Yeah.
And your bags are being searched.
While he's hugging
Yes,
you.
yes, they are.
Katie's is
What the hell?
moved over.
I will
beside
send you a
Cookie.
screenshot of what he has in his inventory.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna put it all back. I mean, I'm not gonna take anything. I'm just looking at it.
I'm
Just
gonna
be careful. Don't let him reach down your pants.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you have a weapon down your pants.
I have posted it to game table of what he has in his inventory.
Wait, what does everyone get to see what I have? What the hell?
Presumably-
I'm not gonna look at it.
Presumably, he's pulling it out and looking at it and then putting it back, so everyone kind of gets a look at it.
Oh, okay.
Katie's is busy.
Yeah, Katie's, you're... Yeah. Cookie just takes his arm, puts it onto the counter, pushes away all the goo, and then just places the tray with the souffle on it.
Drool.
He breathes a sigh of relief, and the souffle falls.
Ah!
Oh no!
Fuck it.
Whoa, good friend. You came at a bad time. The souffle is unfortunately not ready.
Katie's is distraught.
Maybe we can
The
take you to
what?
the tavern.
Huh?
The souffle.
Look,
Cookie's
I came
just...
here because they said they needed mercenaries.
Cookie just
Oh.
slowly is sinking to his
I
knees,
pull out-
crying.
I go tugging up Katie's. I go, he's a mercenary. We can have him sign the contract.
Oh,
I
right.
pull out whatever remains of the torn page after it went through all it went through.
The Katie's will take the page and just give it a read, I guess.
It's a standard call. It's a standard call for mercenaries. Promise of 100 gold.
Is it signed by someone?
It is signed by It's signed by the city of Cadia, or the abandoned city at the Acadian coast.
You know how a city signs a document? It's called a notary.
Sure.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, I guess you gotta
Yep.
talk to Tim first.
Well, no, because remember, Tim's only said, groups of 5 can be a mercenary group.
Oh.
No, the 5 are the main group.
Well, yeah, 5 or more, and he's just one person, so he don't have a group.
Plus, Ulrich is not
No,
here
he
anymore.
signed our contract, so now he's part of our group.
Well, he hasn't signed it yet because it's upstairs with the Puck and
No,
I didn't even
Arcadians
know.
No, you guys want to
I didn't even know there is a contract at the moment.
Well, see, since Ulrich is not here and nobody really cares about him, probably just replace him with this guy. I mean, the characters will.
might as well.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
No, she
Orissa
didn't
is trying to
say
get a
that
sex
in
change.
Just know, you screw any of us over, there's gonna be problems.
Well, of course we can chop off your
Who
head.
is this retard and why is he talking to me like that?
It's fine.
But
he's
I've
still
been
here.
told that Drow are
It's
very
everything
good at
proper
sex
law
changes.
order.
Retard. I'm sorry. Did you just insult me, good sir?
Yes.
All right.
I did.
Okay, ladies. Shut up for a second. We've got a spot open in our mercenary group. If you want to sign our contract, we're okay with having extra helping hands.
I'm gonna roll insight.
On what?
Yeah, that's
Acades
okay.
or the contract?
Well, the contract
I'm gonna roll insight to make sure they don't want to kill me, because the only thing I've had since I entered this place was things trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
the contract is actually
you had a very nice long hug. Remember that.
You were
I'm
hugged by
6.
Turtle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of up for debate. I mean, none of them seem to immediately want to kill you, so there's that.
I slowly back away and take a close look at them.
Well, describe
Um,
yourselves. I'll say Ak when you're close. I'll say Ak when you're closest. Sorry, baby.
I am wearing earthy color robes, but underneath them, and kind of split in the robes, you can see my shell, which is of a dark brownish color with hints of white and silver in it, and I have a pale gray skin with darker spots to it, large dark.
Okay.
Acades?
Katie is a 5'4" woman. Her
Woman in
skin gives off
quotation marks.
like Shut up, Brian. Her skin is rather light, and it gives off like a weird kind of glowy tinge, and she has amber eyes, and they kind of shimmer a little in, like they reflect white, and she has white blonde hair.
And
Oh, and she's
finally,
in her civilian
and
clothes.
finally, the other magic user.
All right. You'll see. I'm standing 5'9". Right now, I'm not wearing my cloak, so you'll see me wearing white leather armor and a black with silver inlay mask that only shows my silver eyes. I
Great,
also
so
have.
a bunch of weirdos with weird faces, and someone wears a mask. That's always a good sign.
You're one to talk, Goblinoid.
What?
Goblinoid. It's your. Is this part of your genus? Maybe I'm using too big of words. You are a form of a goblin.
You're cutting out really bad in my
You
end.
at your home, we offered you bird souffle. You got a nice warm hug, and you come to insult us?
Well, I wouldn't have said that out loud.
Well,
But,
you gotta
yeah.
empathize that, buddy.
Sorry. Well, when I say things out loud, I will say it with the specific voice. So.
Alright.
But yeah.
Would you
Okay.
like some tea? We don't. Our souffle might have not risen, but I could probably make you a tea.
I wouldn't mind some tea right now. No.
Okay, I find like some meat, like fire beetles, which are probably tea bags. Because I've been in this kitchen long enough, I probably know what the tea bags are.
They're currently all over the fucking kitchen.
Like I stopped picking up the beetles that make tea.
They're not
I start
beetles
making
anymore.
some tea.
Everything has been turned into its ingredient or stationary form.
I start grabbing the tea.
Okay. He set off an AOE effect, an AOE damaging spell in a cramped kitchen, where all you have to do to change something back usually is cause a little bit of damage. So everything was changed that wasn't rebelling.
Question: Is there gas to the stove,
No,
or is it wood? Or is it a wood stove?
it's magic.
It's a magic stove. Okay.
It's used by burning what remains of the contract breaker's body.
Nice.
If you look closely enough, you can still see the eyes staring out in horror.
Of the what?
Despair. Out of despair and or horror. If you look at the stove at just the right angle, you can see eyes staring back at you, begging for release. Yeah, don't cross Cookie.
Cookie turned somebody into a stove.
Yeah. But yes,
He's just misunderstood.
But regardless, eventually Zarathustra, you are given your tea.
You said
Okay.
tea?
I reckon we ought to go upstairs and do a couple things. One, make sure they sign the contract and get him to sign it. And I guess we might want to start moving into the same room.
Yeah, I believe we
Does
should.
the Katie's have to move in with everyone? She's a lady, you know.
He said.
Oh, it's okay. We won't take advantage of you. Your
Tim did.
betrothed will be in the room with you.
Tim did say, we all had to get to one room or get the fuck out.
Maybe I'll find my own place to stay.
So I'm assuming you guys all go back up to the room while you're figuring out what your arrangements will be.
Yeah, because we got to get the contract that's already being signed by Bub and Puck.
It's Pluck, but okay.
Pluck?
At least somebody remembered me.
Yes, I am purposely saying his name wrong.
It's Plucc.
Okay,
I've done that repeatedly in insane
Okay, so pluck, like plucking a guitar. Got it.
Exactly. Buck.
Pluck. Not puck. Pluck.
That's what I said. Buck.
No, you're thinking of my
Fuck.
uncle. You're thinking of my uncle.
Does your uncle have no teeth but have the same fingers, middle and or ring and index, ring and pinky finger are the same?
I mean, it's kind of rude to point out a genetic mishap, but yes. You're
Well-
also more sounds closely to my Uncle Shuck.
Well, Pluck.
Or maybe it was that chicken
I have
farmer,
learned-
Uncle Cluck.
I have learned from my sword that your family are very good.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Yes, the elf in the cottage that lives in my sword told me so.
I worry more about you every day. Katie's, I think I need a break.
She gives him a little pack on the back.
Well,
Pat
don't
pat
go
on the
outside
back.
because those bandits might try and rob you again. And we still need to organize the ability to cut off their hands.
There, Pluck, if you
Pluck
want to
just
go
looks
out.
more terrified.
Hey, there, Pluck, if you want to go outside, I'll come with you.
Shouldn't we get
I will as well.
the new guy to sign the contract first, and then we also need to fucking arrange living situation.
Alright.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Bub hands over the contract. He's been naked this entire time.
Katie's is hiding her face from this so she doesn't see anything.
Oh, relax. You actually haven't seen it before.
She's looks out at a cooking screech and leaves her room.
What was that, Aquan?
I said this is true. We have all been graced by this well-endowed, perfect specimen of a human.
Bub taking that compliment flexes as hard as he can. Everything just tightens up for a moment and then relaxes.
Well, while they do that,
You guys know how it
go to
is.
the room I was in, grab my cloak and my backpack, and bring them over to the room.
So now it's like 7 people staying in one room.
Well, I don't need much space. I can go into a corner and retract into my shell and go to sleep.
Pluck just slowly walks past the guys. I'm going to go write a letter. Yeah, Pluck and Bub have both signed their names. Well, with their nicknames at least. Actually, no, I should probably pull up their full names. Give me a sec. Give me a sec while I find it. I gotta search this really quick.
Oh, Aquan,
Yes, my friend.
could you do me a favor? Holds up my cloak. Could you do your thingy on my cloak, please?
Certainly. Prestidigitation.
Okay, my
Thank
shit
you.
out again.
He puts his cloak back on and pulls the hood over his head.
Do I have to repeat myself?
What'd you
What
say?
did you say?
I said, Katie's lets out a rather feminine kind of yelp, and she quickly leaves the room with the contract. As in response to what Bob said,
No.
but my instrument fell, so.
Well, did Zara sign it yet?
Well, I don't
I
know
haven't
yet.
been shown it yet.
I'm going down there right now.
Oh, he didn't follow us up? I thought he followed us up.
No, I'm just drinking my tea.
Oh.
He's been through.
I'm not gonna go anywhere in this. Remember, you still haven't convinced me that you don't want to murder me.
He's had a traumatic experience just now. He needs his tea.
The old
We'll
man
welcome
needs
you,
his
just
tea.
don't cross us. That's all I say. That's all I ask. Don't cross us.
Well, I go back
You
down
and Joe
I said,
Feast are
actually,
gonna
we
get
should-
along just fine.
Now that we know the contract was signed by Puck and Bob, we should go back down and talk to our new friend.
I would.
Maybe he'll know good ghost stories.
Yes, we can go down there, but I would hesitate to call him friend yet. He hasn't proved himself as friend yet. At least to me.
He'll
Anyway.
beat up a gift.
I hugged him and I felt his soul. He doesn't have any evil stuff in his backpack.
Says the necromancer.
You don't know that.
You don't know he's a necromancer.
I don't. I just point out the irony about
You
it.
You don't know what any of us are, really. All you know is
Sure.
leather armor, which could mean anything.
I know. I'm aware. I'm just okay. Listen, it's fine.
Does anyone look at the contract, by the way?
Well, we already read the contract, remember?
Yeah,
I know,
we've
but
already read it, man.
does anyone actually look at what was signed on the contract?
Sure,
Our
I'll look at what
names.
side.
No, I meant by. Never mind. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, what's Bub's and Puck's name?
Oh,
Puck. There was Bub and
what does it say then, Brian?
It says those names.
What names?
Okay, I gathered that. Oh, he said it in the chat.
Because I can't
Roll 20
pronounce
chat.
Bob's full name. I literally did a random name thing for him.
Roll 20 chat? Where's the roll 20
Do you?
chat?
Well, I'll post it in the game table.
Never mind, I see it now.
Okay.
Baron Sploik
Plekios.
Colus Valus III.
Plekiosius. What the fuck kind of name is that?
Plucolus. Pluculus.
Alright, then. What a weird ass name. Alright.
Why do you think I call them Bob and
Barons.
Flock?
You think Pluck's name's weird?
Both of them are weird.
Why do you think they literally just go by short-term names? No, I'm just Pluck and this is Bob. I'm not
How do
pronouncing
you
that
how do you get Bub from that?
because he says it with a speech
Bub.
impediment.
Alrighty then.
He's Wolverine.
Have you heard of Bub's 15-inch dick, by the way?
I mean, you
Is
guys
that
have
the-
all been graced by it. It is just still sitting there on the
Oh,
ground.
dear me.
I remember the one time Ulrich almost got slapped with it
I
in
mean,
the
you almost
face
grabbed
while
it,
climbing.
so...
No, that's not what happened.
Regardless. So yes, what do you guys do next?
Well,
Once the contract's
Hades
signed,
has gone
we'll go back down.
downstairs.
By the way,
Are we
Bob
hanging
and
out
Pluck
for your
both signed themselves as associates.
Oh.
Burns the Pluck?
What?
That's what it's Polish, apparently. I mean, that's what Google Translate is saying.
Either way.
Burns the Pluck.
Either way, Bob and Pluck both signed the contract under associates.
Okay.
Meaning, basically what it means is, underneath their separate little section of the
It means
contract...
they're NPCs.
Well, no, it means that they can go off and do their own shit or come with you if they want to, or asked.
AKA NPCs.
Basically, yes.
Well, we got one guy who won't be able to sign anytime soon. Because I don't know when he'll be able to appear. Maybe next week?
Probably next week. So wait, you go downstairs, right, Acades, by yourself?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll visit downstairs because
No, we're all going down.
Okay, so I just rolled to see who was coming up the stairs. Acades. You spot a familiar yellow-skinned being of a Githyanki. Well, of a Gith. No, yeah.
What's he wearing?
You guys have only met a Githyanki, so yeah, Githyanki, to your knowledge. With one arm, his left arm being mechanicalized, going up past you, wearing a studded leather chest piece.
Does he see me?
He ignores you guys as he walks up the stairs past you.
Katie scowls.
Yeah, he just walks right past you guys, not even caring.
Well, I'm going the way to the kitchen. Let's forget about that route.
Yeah, so as you guys get back to the kitchen, most of it seems almost pristine.
That was quick.
Not Pluck. Cookie, on the other hand, is literally just having his face resting on the top of the stove with smoke coming from it.
You'll prevent his suicide then, I guess?
I'm not touching him.
The Katie's will touch him.
Huh? What? What? Oh, it's you! Hello!
Kinda leaning on the stove there, buddy.
Yes, I do that sometimes when I'm thinking.
Well, understandable. Have a good day.
Right then. His face slams back onto the stove.
Katie's goes to the new guy, Zarathustra.
Zarathustra, I'm assuming you were waiting out in, like, the sitting room, yeah? Where there was a chair? Or did you just watch Cookie clean his entire kitchen?
No, I mean, I was kind of standing around, I guess, in the kitchen.
Okay, well,
That'd
you
be a
watched
bit,
as Cookie, in an insane blur of movement, basically went around, mopped up everything, cleaned everything, and scorched everything else that wasn't, goo.
Uh-oh. Well, you just
Alright.
lost somebody.
What happened? Oh.
Aquan
somebody
left the game.
Aquan, you there?
You can still see him in the chat.
No, he
Yeah.
didn't chat, but I'm saying he left the game.
Probably connection thing.
Yeah, he is on a phone in a squad car.
Anyway, Katie's will offer the contract to him to read.
What does it say? What does it say?
Alright.
Basically, whoever signed the shorthand, the shortened version of it is basically if you sign this contract, you're agreeing to be part of this, basically this mercenary crew, known as Golden Company. You will have dental, a free grave, protection in the city, and won't be killed on sight.
And paid twice a month.
And paid twice a month, yes.
Sure, I sign it.
Alright.
I guess.
Oh, let's go find Jidok.
We'll say you
Have
guys
I mean,
I
he's
told them my
one-
name yet?
No.
Oh wait, yeah, oops. I forgot.
Yeah, you're just gonna let this random guy sign this contract with you
Oh.
before you even know his name.
Okay, alright. My name's
Before I
Katie's.
know any of your names.
Yeah, I forgot.
I forgot how to
my
socialize.
My name's Katie's. And then she just gestures Aquan and Modril to say their names.
I'm Modro.
Aquan introduces himself as, "Hello, I'm Aquan. This is my voice now."
Hello, I'm Aquan. No, that's not my voice now.
There you go. I'm Zarathustra. It's
Jareth the Shrimp. Nice to meet you, Jareth the Shrimp.
I'm gonna have to hold on. Give me a second. Say that again.
Jareth the Shrimp.
The shrimp. What?
He's I don't think he's small. He's actually, I think, more
No,
human
he said his
size.
name is Jareth the Shrimp.
Oh.
Hey, shrimp aren't small. In fact, one of the fastest punches in the world is done by a shrimp. And one of
That
the
is
strongest.
true.
Don't worry about him. He's not from around here.
No, I am.
I'm not really from around here either.
You're lucky he didn't reach down your pants.
So we're most
He
of
didn't
the
have a weapon
farmers.
down his pants like some people did.
I didn't have anything down my pants. Well, I didn't have equipment down my pants anyway.
You were reaching for something, and I had to make sure it wasn't a weapon.
It wasn't.
It's not my fault you publicly masturbate.
That wasn't it. I was in the Hex Woods, and something was in my pants.
Oh, you don't have to make excuses. I know in some human cultures, public masturbation is perfectly acceptable.
Excuse me, I am not human.
You aren't? What are you then?
I am an Azamar.
Katie's looks uncomfortable.
An ASMR?
ASMR, yes.
What's that?
Essentially, one of my parents is an angel.
You don't have any wings.
I said one of my parents.
You
Ha!
don't have one wing? Shouldn't you have like at least one?
And suddenly, Sephiroth's theme begins to play.
I'm really not
no.
sure about this whole mercenary band thing anymore.
We are quite capable. We have taken on mind flayers, illithids if you know what these are. We killed like 20 of them.
An exaggeration.
We also took on an entire army of talking mushrooms with psychic powers, and we killed them all without a scratch.
Well, I don't know about without a scratch. Aren't y'all missing a guy?
He
No,
just
no, no.
stayed behind.
He stayed behind because he's getting a sex change.
Oh, we're actually quite good at that.
Oh, Cookie, only if we know. If we run into again, and if he's dissatisfied, I'm pretty sure you can help him out.
What? I'm not exactly good at putting things. I mean, I'm good at putting things in the oven, but I'm not putting any bun in that oven.
No, all you have to do is chop it off, turn it inside out, and stick it back up there.
I'm not putting anything in there.
Okay, he's gonna duck out of there. It's gonna give it.
He lifts up his tunic. I'm smooth like a freaking Ken doll boy.
On that note, I'm following Acades. I'm out.
As you can see, we're very open and cultured here, and among this group, unlike most mercenary riffraff who probably couldn't even count to 5, we have deep social discussion.
I can count
We
to
are very well
12.
What have I done to deserve this?
I don't know, man. I ask myself that every day.
By the way, Brian, did I
Yeah.
notice that Acades got uncomfortable when I mentioned what I was?
I'm gonna say make a check for that. I'm gonna say insight. Insight versus her deception.
So do I have to roll deception? Oh god, I'm not gonna pass that.
Well, she wasn't very, very deceptive when she mentions on how she got awkward.
Well, no, the
Natural
Katie's didn't say that. I said that was what she did. Oh my god.
Yeah. You
Both
physically
natural
described an
20s.
action.
Brian.
It's a stalemate. You both just kind of instinct.
Not sure.
You guys basically do the anime stare down and electricity starts flying between each other's eyes, trying to feel each other out, and neither of you can read each other.
The unstoppable force
Do I
versus
see
the
the staring
immovable object.
contest?
Please, I want to know a fire! Cookie just
Do I
comes over and
notice
just
a
starts
staring
pushing you guys
contest?
out of his kitchen.
It's not an actual staring contest.
Yes, but lightning and thunder do start crackling between you two for some reason.
Oh
Let me
no.
see if I can perceive that they were checking each other out.
No!
Sure, go for it.
He's gonna misinterpret.
God damn it, Chris. I keep forgetting you're there.
Chris, wait, did Brutus come back in? Oh,
Yeah, he's
Brutus
in
is here.
Regardless. So go on. Try to figure out if there's any sexual tension between the two of them, Aquin.
Please don't.
So I have to log back in real quick. One sec.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell my husband.
Cookie pushes all of you guys out of his fucking kitchen so he can get back to work.
I'm gonna tell my boyfriend.
Wait, we're dating?
What are you gonna tell him?
That you're creepy.
How am I creepy?
That you're white!
Well, I am. I'm alabaster white at that.
Yeah, could be.
He got a 14.
You're not exactly, trained in human customs, so you don't know.
I pull out a pipe and I just start putting some tobacco in it. Start just scratching my chin. Interesting.
Can you please do this somewhere else? This is my kitchen.
Oh, I'm not in the kitchen. We're outside the kitchen. Where are the chair? Where the chair is at?
Okay, just making sure. He goes back to working on souffle again for the third time.
Katie's wants his souffle.
You guys are still having? Are you guys still having a staring contest?
It was never a
No.
staring
It
contest.
was-
It was more about I was just wondering if I noticed you. I was
Just a
just wondering
split
if
second.
I was just
I
wondering
guess.
if she was. I noticed that if she was when she was uncomfortable when I said that I was an Azamar. That's all. There was no staring contest.
So, was it your mother or your father who was an angel?
My father.
Interesting. Were you conceived in one of the upper planes, or did he
No,
come down?
he came down.
Does he have like visitation rights, or does your mother hold full custody?
I don't know if I want to get into all this with you. You won't. I don't know if you'll understand. It's very complicated.
It's very
Well,
complicated. After all, you have touched his balls.
I start speaking Celestial. I said, "Oh, I have understood the Celestial customs for something." I say that in Celestial.
Well, okay, then in return in Celestial, I will say I speak to my father often, but no, I don't actually see him.
Acades, you of course understand this.
I understand.
You what, Brian?
Acades, of course you understand everything that's being said.
I thought she left the room, but okay.
Yes, I've been a studier of the upper planes for some time, since I was a wee lad, barely a tadpole.
Since I was but a boy of 500.
Well,
It's like Baby Yoda.
if that's the case, maybe you may know my father, maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, is he one of the archangels?
He is a high rank. He is a high-ranking angel, working with Solaris.
Solaris,
That would be the sun god.
You feel the room get a lot colder for some reason.
Uh-oh.
Just for a brief second, but it passes.
Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling.
That is the temple in town that was turned into a brothel.
I've actually been to that temple. It's not a brothel. I can assure you.
Why are there all those naked people outside?
Well, you mean inside the temple grounds? It's so that they can actually feel the sun on their body.
Makes sense.
Really?
It's a religious thing. It's not sexual.
It's not sexual. Then why were they having an orgy? It might be
They
sexual.
weren't!
They were all laying together in the grass, all naked.
Again, meditation.
But yes, Pluck is no longer in the room. Bub is still completely naked.
Bub, put some clothes on.
No.
Yeah, if
No,
I'm
no,
gonna hang
no,
out in
he
that room
runs out of the
naked,
room
I may
naked.
end up actually wanting to try to find a cheap room in town.
Bub runs out of the room. I will be free! And he runs out of the room
Get
naked.
back here!
You chase after him?
Yes. She's gonna kick his ass.
You're gonna try to kick his ass.
Yes, I'm gonna try.
His
very hard.
well-toned, hardened ass.
God damn it.
Back to discussion. So your father would be from Elysium, correct?
Brian.
Yes.
Well, Elysium or Mount Celestial, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes to both, or one or the other?
I'll leave it up to you, baby. It's your father, not mine.
Well, I haven't read up on all this stuff, damn it. You haven't told me.
I didn't expect this, so roll with it.
Okay, I guess I'll be rolling. Make a check.
Or you can say that you don't know.
I'll roll to make a check, and then depending on if I know or not, yeah. Now it's going to be a religion check, so there we go. there.
Mount Celestia.
Huh?
Mount Celestia is where your father usually resides.
Mount
Ah.
Celestia.
It's definitely one of the more positive planes of existence. Well,
So what do you guys? How are you guys arranging the room to be able to sleep? First of all, that's what I have to figure out.
That's what I've
I
been
just-
wanting to find out, but no one has wanted to fucking figure it out yet.
I
As
already
long
figured it out. I reside at my shelf. Someone needs to sleep on top of me. You're more than welcome to do.
We are not sleeping. No one's. At least I'm not. I'm not sleeping on top of you. That's weird.
Hades doesn't
My shelf's
feel
quite comfortable.
comfortable sleeping with a bunch of men, but if she can get like a screen, then I'm sure she can find a corner to it herself.
Well, if
Thustra,
Bud
where are you
plans
tra-
on
what are you
being
tra-
naked a lot in the room, I'm probably just gonna end up trying to find a cheap ass hotel, cheap room somewhere.
And Hades
Well,
is off chasing
If
him,
any,
so
if any bail should be laying next to Arcadis, it should.
oh no.
Of course, Acades, you're not there to defend yourself.
Nope.
So, I think it might be proper to maybe, since we are increasing our group size, that we maybe do find larger accommodations.
Yes, especially since we would be confined to one room in this area, in this tower.
Maybe we find a thieves guild and we kill all of its members and take it over and use that as our home.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Those stats. Cool, finally.
What do you think, our new hobgoblin friend? How do you feel on thievery?
I don't mind it.
You don't mind it. What about
No, not
civility,
really.
law and order?
See, if those things were nothing but well,
Total anarchy, my friend. How would we get paid as mercenaries? We need to have some type of order.
well, what about thievery then?
You
If
cut
we
off their
wouldn't
hands.
get paid as
Wait, aren't you
that
a
seems a bit
mage?
excessive.
Aren't you a mage?
I am.
You're
I
a
am.
You don't know that.
mage
He
to
has a
steal?
Another caster. Oh, we are becoming quite the sophisticated. But what art do you study, good sir?
I'm a war mage.
A war mage. So you dabble
That's
in this
right.
or that. That makes sense. You are a hobgoblin. War is part of your culture.
I wasn't raised by goblins.
Or you weren't raised by hobgoblins, your own kind. Interesting. Aren't we a colorful band of progressive social justice warriors?
I
No.
will kill all of you.
That we are.
That's it. Dropping a bomb. Doing it now.
What?
Reset the campaign.
Do it.
Resetting
What's that,
the
Brian? I
fucking
can't hear
campaign.
you.
Resetting the fucking campaign.
No. I don't
You're-
have any idea what's going on.
I could barely hear what he was saying.
I said we're a progressive bunch of social
No, I'm talking
justice.
about Brian,
No.
not you.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh.
I'll project more so I can be heard.
Project your booming voice.
My boomer voice.
You should just shut up so you don't say stupid things like that in response to whatever I say.
No.
All right. Well, I reckon I'm gonna head into town and see if I can find a inn with a cheap room.
Yes, I think we should all go do that, and maybe we can discuss about eliminating the local thieves guild and taking over their house in the morning.
Did you say
Sounds fine.
Steve's Guild?
Well, yes, they should all die.
Thieves Guild.
I don't think
That's my
there's that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many people called Steve in this city. But
No,
He didn't say
Thieves
Steve,
Guild.
he said thief.
I heard
Thieves.
Steve's.
Thieves.
That's what I said.
Steve's Guild.
Yeah, it's Steve's Guild.
Do you mean
I-
thieves?
I-
Thieves.
No.
Yes,
No.
Steve's.
What have I signed
Steve's.
up for?
Yeah, exactly.
What is a
Pluck.
thief? What is
Pluck,
a thief?
Pluck, having returned from sending his letter. What have I signed up for?
Besides, the local guild is probably responsible for beating up poor Puck.
No.
And they at least need to get their hands cut off.
Well, if we're gonna assault any thieves guild, if that's what you really want us to do, we might want to get Hades.
Well, obviously we would need Tim's permission. This is his town.
Yes, that too.
What was that?
Well, we're gonna have to find you, I guess, because apparently it sounds like Aquan's gonna end up wanting to rope us into attacking the local thieves guild to take over their lair.
I'm actually doing that.
We can go in town and see what work we can get. We can work our way
Well-
up to Thieves Guild, killing the thieves.
Above game, if you bring it up with the Cadies, like I wanted to like establish a town guard or something to help
What?
with crime.
How
Well,
about
that
we
is
go
why
to
I
the
said-
Katie's, we go to the local tavern, we rent some rooms, and we make a plan on how we are going to murder the evil in this town and bring a civilized society.
Well,
much
isn't
like-
murder itself? Wouldn't murder itself make us evil?
Of course not.
No.
They're thieves.
No, because we're murdering people who deserve to be murdered.
I don't think that's how it works.
That's exactly
See,
how
the
it
way I
works.
see it, penitence for a crime is very simple. You undo the crime, or you die.
Or you just get your hand chopped off.
Well,
Nope.
Well,
You
I-
die.
Well, that's an extreme way of looking at it. I'm willing to give them a chance and just chop off their hand. If they promise
Well, you
not to
might
do
be a
that.
bit more gracious than I am.
Well, I do come from a slightly more maybe civilized culture.
Maybe.
I mean, we are willing to give thieves second chances. They just
all right.
lack a
Well,
plan. But of course,
we need to figure out what we're
there
doing.
hasn't been a
exactly here.
hand cut off. Yes, let's go get Arcadis. And then we shall go to the tavern and we shall plan.
That sounds like a good place to get a break, actually, if you guys are up for it.
For a break or
For like about 10-minute break, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
sure. Yeah.
So everyone go take your shits and pisses and whatnot.
All right.
Brian, look at what I sent you.
I saw.
It's funny.
It's perfect. I take a look at my enormous penis.
Is the stream on pause or?
No, it's still gone.
No. Okay.
Hi, Bill.
How long has it been going for?
Since 11 to now.
Oh, Aquan left.
Yeah, he does that.
Oh, it's
Well,
a
he's
break,
also
right?
well, we're on break, and he is in a police car, so
No, okay.
I might
He's
make,
got-
I'm gonna make a thing of soup really quick. I'll be back. Entertain whoever's in chat, if anyone is there.
I'm gonna
I
grab
take a look at my enormous penis, and my troubles just melt away.
creepy.
Done.
That is very creepy.
Yeah, I sing and I dance when I collapse in my pants, and every day becomes a sunshiny day. I take a look at my enormous penis.
Okay, stop. Just please
No.
stop. We are still streaming, after all.
anyone here watch Top Gear in chat?
I don't watch Top Gear now.
You guys are boring.
I'll take this time to go to the bathroom again.
Okay, there you go. Sounds back. So my original question: has anyone gotten the new Eberron book?
I think Brian does, but that's about it.
So what do you think? Oh, he's probably away.
Yeah, he stepped away to go to the bathroom, and I'm about
Yeah,
to
I'm
go.
not too sure about the Artificer class.
Oh, I don't think he's actually going to allow any of us to use it. He's not opening
I'll
that up
take
to
a
players.
look at my enormous penis, and my troubles just melt
I'm
away.
willing to bring in the Artificer class. I mean, it's a good. It's
Still
kind of
can't
like
hear
a set up like a.
anything. So I'm gonna go take a whiz.
You know, I've basically been bugging him forever to do that, and he wasn't gonna. But to be fair, I never really wanted to play Artificer. Because I mean, especially the newer Artificer is actually better for me. But even it is not what Ulrich is at all. Ulrich is just a guy with a gun.
Well, for a guy with a gun, there's the best variant of a gunslinger is Matt Mercer's Gunslinger, which is a fighter sub. Like I said, the Artificer, I don't know, the whole mechanical dog thing is weird. I think the Alchemist looks good. The whole artillerist thing is dumb. That mobile artillery thing, what do they think this is? Borderlands?
Yeah, I mean, uh,
I think
who would want that anyway?
I think if I would allow,
it basically just sounds like a discount hunter.
well, I think if I would allow artificers, the only thing I would really allow is probably the alchemist.
Yeah, Alchemist sounds cool.
Yeah, the alchemist is well built.
It's mostly a mage healer, right?
Well, it's more like a utility mage, and it has a lot of good flavor to it. You can definitely alchemy always has had a fantasy. It's always been a part of fantasy and a trope. So I definitely like the idea of alchemist. So I'm more than willing to allow alchemist in the game. But the other two are just the artillerist and the whole. I forget what the name of the third subclass is. You basically get.
There's four. There's like artillerist, alchemist. There's a battlesmith, which is
Oh yeah,
acceptable,
the
but
one of something.
weird.
The battlesmith. The battlesmith I probably would accept also, because that I would probably say maybe restrict it to dwarven culture.
Yeah, something like that.
Hello,
But like,
I'm back.
no one cares. The alchemist.
God damn it!
I am back.
The alchemist I think is probably the one thing I'm definitely going to allow into my campaign, because it's just it just has such a trope to the fantasy. It's something it's been always in fantasy, and it's good to have a class that is able to use alchemy properly.
I would
Because
allow alchemy, but knowing him, he's not going to pick alchemy. He's going to pick artillerary.
Well, that's why you just ban certain subclasses.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I've done it before. I've banned certain subclasses in a game. Like, for example, if you're not playing on a certain continent in my campaign world, you cannot play a samurai. And if you're playing on a certain continent on my game, you can't play a Eldritch Knight. They're restricted to regions of my world.
So what, does you just want to be able to make a guy that goes boom?
Well, an alchemist isn't really like that, because
Well,
an
no, because
alchemist
I know
can
he
buff.
mentioned artillerist, so that's why I said.
Well, Yeah, the whole artillerist thing. That's just
It's
I
still
don't.
broken as shit.
Well, the problem with the artillerist is that where's the precedence in fantasy of a mobile cannon?
None.
There is none. There is plenty of it. There's plenty of someone being like this ultimate forger of armor. I can see that in fantasy. I can see alchemist. That's easy. That's but getting
Alchemist is, yeah, for sure.
getting
Alchemist
RoboDog or
pretty easy.
or a mobile cannon has nothing to do with fantasy whatsoever. What
Especially not
Yeah,
not medieval high fantasy, which is what D&D ultimately is.
yes, and
by the
I know
way,
Everon
Brian,
is trying to
I
be
would have
fantasy.
picked I would have picked Battlesmith, not Artillerist. I also think Artillerist is stupid.
I mean, personally, I've even run a steampunk style high fantasy D&D game way back in the day, and a mobile turret that wouldn't even work. I wouldn't even allow it in that game setting because it's just too ridiculous. I mean, what's the backbone? What's the history of it? I mean, I don't even think Eberron even fully explains it
Nope.
because there's just not that much lore behind those books yet.
Nothing actually. Says nothing about why.
Well,
they
also
do
you
that.
got to realize Wizards of the Coast is going downhill with their quality.
Yep.
I think with 5e, I think Eberron is the first book I can sit there and say is that some of it's good. I like some of the races. I like some of the ideas. I'm definitely going to incorporate a lot, but it's one of those things where I'm not going to incorporate.
Now, I mean, I will say Bolos and
Mordenkainen's were excellent books.
well, I was
Oh,
going to say Mordenkainen. I was going to say
Volos
other
and
one?
Xanathars.
Xanathars. Yeah.
Bolos, Xanathars, Mordenkainen. I've loved all those books. I've used basically everything in.
Exene. My character basically is a combination of Volos and Xanathars. So.
You know, one of my favorite characters I play is a Kenku.
Kenku are badass.
Damn.
Yes.
I mean, I'm a hobgoblin.
Flightless bird. That
I
would
love
wouldn't that
I
be
love
in
my Kenku monk.
wouldn't that be in Mordecai?
What, hobgoblins? No,
Yeah.
hobgoblins are for.
No, hobgoblins are from Bolos,
Okay.
but the type of monk I am is from Mordecai.
I take a look at my Norman.
Mordecai or Xanathars?
Yeah, I don't think Mordecai has any actual.
I'm sorry, yeah, Xanathars.
Xanathars has all the subclasses.
Yep. That's where you get the Celestial Warlock. Oh.
Yes,
And the
they
War
are
Mage.
fun.
Yes, the War
And
Mage
the
is also
Kensei monk, which are really cool. And for your Dragon Ball Z wishes, you have the what is it?
Sun
it
monk
called? Like
or something like that.
Yeah, the Sun monk or whatever it's called.
It's basically a Celestial Monk.
Well, no, you're basically freaking Goku.
You
Yeah,
kinda
basically,
are.
you have Kamehameha.
Kinda are. I've actually toyed with the idea of creating one of those just out of shits and giggles.
Well, I have created one, and it's basically it's a ranged monk.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things, though it can work out, and it can really befuddle a DM because a monk is an up close melee fighter.
Yeah, it is.
But I get up there and close with my monk, but I will shoot my beam attack. I'll shoot my beam attack at someone far away, and I'll just start punching the person in front of me. So it can be very versatile when used.
Yeah.
And it can be very befuddling to a DM when he's like, oh, I got them clustered here. I'm going to move this bad guy over here for range. He's like, nope, I can still hit him.
All right.
Soup.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on. I can't wait. I'm still waiting on our very first.
Next campaign.
No, our very first.
First.
Combat.
Ah!
My first combat.
Child's baby's first combat. Level 1's first combat.
Well, actually, level 3, but yeah.
So apparently Acades is running around after Bub with his loincloth screaming, put your clothes back on. was I not supposed to read that out loud? Whoops. His massive wop flomping in the wind. So who else are you going to get to sign the contract, by the way?
Well, we won't be able to get the other person until next week.
Yeah, but any other mercenary, any other NPCs you want to hire on?
I don't know if we have any.
It would have to be. That would be up to Arcadis, because she's the one who hired them to be.
I mean, you guys have say in it too. Although to be fair, not a lot of you guys have really interacted with NPCs as much.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, he's saying Igra and Abrams if he's willing.
Okay.
Question is, would Abrams sign it if he's already associated with the church?
Yeah.
Well, in theory, I could get him to sign it.
In theory, yeah.
You basically are You are basically the son of a messenger. So yeah.
He's a little bit more important than a messenger. Damn it. He's a little more than a messenger.
Mommy literally begged the postman while Daddy wasn't looking.
I was about to say, man, it's basically your mom screwed the mailman.
Look. My father is not a mailman. He is not a messenger necessarily. He's also a fucking
He's
warrior.
a messenger from a god, is he not?
He's also a warrior.
Yeah, you've played New
Okay,
Vegas.
so he works for the United States Postal Police.
For fuck's sakes, you've played New Vegas. Couriers know how to kill people.
They do.
So he's
Well,
still
what
a
was that
courier.
movie? What was that movie with Kevin Costner? The Postman? Where it's like post-apocalyptic, he starts delivering mail to people.
Oh, no idea. Never seen it.
Yeah, it's a corny movie, but it's Kevin Costner's called. Let me look it up. I think it's called The Postman.
I take a look at my enormous penis, and my trouble just melt away.
Ba-da-bum.
I love how Katie's character, basically her armor that she's wearing in that picture down there, looks very high tech.
Oh yeah, she wants Bill and Fluffy as well, but she hasn't met Fluffy yet.
Do we have to play with Fluffy?
If he's willing for it, it's up to you guys. You guys can just kill him on sight for all I care.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
To be fair, how I'm playing to introduce him is basically he's a prisoner. He's on a prisoner release program.
You really don't like Fluffy. Why not?
Well, no, his
Because
character.
I had to play with him.
Thankfully, I missed my chance to play with him. He was going to be in the Cyberpunk game we were going to do, but
I'm sorry.
not happening. Well, it's funny because when it came time to choose his race, like ethnicity, the DM actually gave him an option, just like he gave all of us, choose or roll for it. He said roll for it. He got black. And immediately he wanted to try to change it. I'm like, you can't. We're like, you can't. And all we heard was him bitching about it.
Why does it even matter? I've played multiple races, multiple skin tones.
It's
I've
just
male character, female characters.
I don't get it. Just like, and of course he ended up saying that then he was talking about getting his skin bleached so he'd be white.
Yeah. I found it hilarious.
And so I started calling him Michael Jackson after that.
Dun.
I would also call him racist, but okay. That's just weird.
Yeah.
I'm playing a turtle for crying out loud.
You're
Now,
literally
I will
not human.
say I only play male characters, but I have played multiple races.
I've been doing this for over 20 years, so I've played everything under the sun.
I'm literally playing an entire city.
Yeah, you kind of
As
are.
a DM, oh my god, I've played everything. One of my villains I created was an SMN loving pansexual who wanted to have a tortural sex party with one of the player characters because it was just like a random generated NPC from like a joke site, which it had everyone rolling on the floor laughing. But you know, you just this part of the game, and you play it for so long, you start mixing it.
Oh yeah, it's just me playing male characters is just part of how I play any role playing game at all, even
It's all right.
video game ones. It makes it easier for me to relate to it.
Oh yeah, I mean, video game wise, like, I mean, I could play anything, but I do prefer like when I was big in WoW, I was always usually a Tauren if I was Horde.
Oh, fuck yeah. Torn are great. Torn the
Or I
best
was
race.
a dwarf if I was Alliance, and I was always male.
Oh my god, fuck yes.
Like as
Well,
my
what classes you
avatar,
playing?
it's the avatar that I use on Discord is because I follow some Japanese idol groups.
Way back when I did play WoW very briefly, I was Horde.
All right, we got
Yeah,
about
most of
4
my
minutes.
characters were Horde as well.
I was the
I
undead
played
guy.
WoW for like 8 years, I think. Something like that.
I played about 8 years. That's about the right same as me.
I played it maybe for a year. It was in a private server. It wasn't on one of Blizzard servers. It was I was in high school. I went to the Boys and Girls Club and they had a private server and I played it on their server.
That's cool.
I'll take a look at my enormous penis.
Just to let you know, Brian, I have about an hour left.
All right, so we about ready to get off this break.
Yeah, about
Get back
3
into
minutes. Just wait for us to fill the quick. Is everyone here?
Yep.
Not, well, I think Acades is still.
Katie,
Muted.
stop eating your chips.
No!
Yes.
It's loud.
So what? I'm literally drinking soup. You hear me slurping.
Well, you don't care about that stuff.
Look, I don't know if you noticed or not, but when we first started playing, I sat down and I ate a bowl of fucking veggies.
I don't know. But I couldn't hear anything, and chips are really loud, and I don't want to disrupt the recording.
It won't bother us. And according to dude,
Zoc.
Zoc, we aren't even being really picked up on the recording anyway.
Oh, Jesus, I almost puked. I ate that way too fast. All right. Ready when you guys are. One more. Oh, there we go. Good to have something in my stomach. That is
I'm ready.
cum. So, Acades,
Yes, sir.
chasing your naked husband to be through the streets.
Is he running through the streets naked?
Yes.
Is this where we ended up, really?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Is Acades seriously questioning her life choices now of all times?
I mean, I wouldn't have expected to keep going out into the street.
What is attracting you to this ignoramus?
I mean, have you seen what he's dragging around?
Doesn't matter.
No.
Brains.
It kind of matters.
Brains.
By the way, I was pushed into this betrothing business. This wasn't my fault.
Speaking of Fluffy,
Yes.
I did not set this up. That was all Awkward's doing because he misread the situation and.
well, you could always have corrected it instead of going along with it.
That's not an option.
Speaking of, Aquid, what are you gonna do for the wedding? You have much planning to do, Aquid, don't you, for the wedding?
Shouldn't we resolve our housing crisis?
I don't know. I mean, wouldn't that play a part if they have to live separately from you guys?
I mean, technically, if we're being kicked out to have our space of our own, you guys can all sleep in the same room because you're all men.
Take a look at
My only issue is I don't want to be in a room with a guy who's naked all the time.
Yeah, but that's if me and Bubba are being kicked out because of our status as
couples.
yeah, then you guys can
Colleagues.
stay in that room and Bub won't be there.
Aw, you two have to buy a house.
With what?
His services.
No.
We really have no money. At least I don't. I'm down to 7 gold pieces.
And
I think-
because Ulrich ran away with the extra magic items, and then immediately was captured.
I'm a broke motherfucker.
Oh, at least Tim's letting you stay there in exchange for your services. Unless we barter with Tim and
That-
he
I
gives
don't care, I
Acadia
have money.
their own room.
That's also something else we need to do. We need to start doing adventures instead of sitting around here talking.
Well, technically, our characters just got back from a big adventure, so.
Yep. So, what do you guys do?
Bobby's-
Eventually, Bub does make his way back into the tower.
Is he wearing his cloth?
He has it held over his dick.
Okay, so I sort of got my way.
Yes. However, you're walking bow-legged, so.
God damn it. You.
No, that's not actually true. Implied, yes, but no, not really.
Did you just delete Ulrich?
Kinda.
Why?
Sophie's asking if he missed anything.
You missed everything.
No, he didn't miss anything.
Oops.
Why? I wanted to be cynical and retarded. Why did they have to ruin that for?
I've not had
Anyway.
any problems with Fluffy.
Nor do I really.
Because you didn't have to play with him.
I was in the same group. Then again, I think I was away for that bit.
Either way, so what are you guys doing? Aquin, you there?
Well, now that we're back, we can discuss our room arrangement.
Yeah, we're gonna be going to a tavern.
Well,
Oh, so you guys-
Katie's will ask everyone in favor of the tavern say aye. Or just hold up their hand or whatever.
Pluck is off delivering his mail.
I really don't have an opinion either way. I just don't want to be in the same room as a naked bub.
Hey, what are you, afraid of something?
I just don't want to see a naked dude.
What's wrong? He takes off his cloak and just starts wiggling it. What? What, are you afraid of it?
Katie's starts punching Bub on the arm.
I know she was.
Oh no, she stops because she's embarrassed.
Ha, got her.
I hate you.
Yep. Aww. And just before the wedding, too. Darn shame. We couldn't have lasted.
Anyway, let's get this shit.
Oh no.
God damn it. Fluffy, shut up.
Now we're never gonna get anything done.
Here, focus.
No.
Focus on the game.
How do I shut him the fuck up?
You can prevent. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. You can prevent.
Anyway, where were we?
Figuring out where the fuck you guys are gonna do.
I think you can stop Fluffy from
I
typing.
care.
By the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how. I take a look at my enormous penis.
Okay, let's just.
You know, just saying, we seem to be a very dysfunctional group.
Yes, you guys are. Half of us are autistic after all. So what are you guys doing? Come on.
Who's?
You guys
I'm
are
doing
going to
my
a
2
tavern,
cents.
yeah?
Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Okay, well, Aquin heads off to a tavern without you guys then.
Well,
No, I'm going with
I'm not going to head out by
I'm going
myself.
with
I want
I'll
to
go
be a
with
group
Ackman.
decision.
Okay.
Yeah, we're deciding as a group.
Everyone follows Aquin's head.
If that's what everyone wants, then we do it.
We're following the turtle.
Aquin, you're being
So,
stalked by your entire group of friends.
Oh, Katie's is just gonna get her some of the stuff she left in the room that she
Well,
was
I
in.
wouldn't just sit there and just get up and leave, because everyone can pack, and we all make it a big trip. We're family. We
Pack.
signed the contract, you know.
Pack. I just have a pack with a mess kit and my cloak, so I'm good.
It is a very nice mess kit, too.
So, you guys all end up at a tavern then?
Wow.
What? What happened?
Apparently. Never mind.
No,
Oh,
Sweden is definitely the most cucked nation. Not gonna lie.
Well, you guys
Yeah.
focus, ladies.
Sorry, it's their fault. What's Fluffy's fault? But
I can keep attention both on the game and on this conversation. If you can, just focus on the game and let
yeah,
me
all
have
right,
this.
we're leaving.
Off to the tavern we go.
Alright, do you head to any specific tavern?
The one that's cheap.
The one that's cheap.
Yeah, we gotta. I guess we gotta find out about that.
These people do not have money.
Alright,
No, I
well,
got 7
I do.
gold.
Oh,
got
I have
7 gold.
5 gold.
You got 5 gold? Oof.
No, I got 35 gold.
Oh, you lucky.
Oh, shit.
so how are you
Gotta
guys
get
going to
more.
find
Did y'all
out?
not get paid for the adventure y'all just went on?
No. They never collected. Tim just tossed magic items at him and sent them out of that.
So you didn't get any gold. all
Well,
that.
technically, we didn't complete the mission.
Oh.
Gold Company, completing 0% of their missions all the time.
That's not
It's
true.
kind of right that the gold company has no gold, huh?
Gold.
We have
Isn't it
gold.
supposed to be Golden Company, not Gold
Yeah,
Company?
it is. Golden.
Either way, we need a cheap way to spend the night.
Well, you know, let's go to the tavern with the orc that we first stayed in.
Oh, the one that tried to kill Ulrich?
Yeah!
Man,
She's-
Ulrich is
Orc isn't here anymore, so...
Yeah. I wonder if we'll give you guys a discount if you tell him you murdered Ulrich.
Let's discuss.
You're welcome to go find out.
Katie's will bring up the proposition.
I say if he gives us a discount,
Do it.
definitely. Wait. What question, Katie? What is your charisma?
My charisma... Well, actually, it's not that high, I
I'd
don't
say
think.
that's kind of metagaming, but...
Well, no, the reason I was
It's actually 11, so I don't have any bonus to it, so
Yeah.
someone else should
Yeah.
probably do that.
Well, I was asking because, you know, if we need to determine who will be the face of the party.
You know, I'd actually say with you guys actually
Definitely
spending...
Ulrich.
With you guys spending time with each other, you guys probably would eventually learn each other's stats, so I will allow it, actually. Now that I think about it more.
I mean, I have a 17 in my charisma. I'm pretty tall. I'm pretty smooth.
So,
talker.
well,
Oh wow.
we just need a guy who arranges deals and shit for us. So that's either Pluck or Modril.
Bub. Bub also
yeah,
has like
Bub
what,
too.
15, 14 in charisma.
Yeah, but I have 17. It's plus 3. And
Yeah,
I'm,
sure.
And I'm proficient in persuasion.
Ulrich
Yes,
had
but I have a
7
15-inch cock.
in charisma.
Katie will kill him.
What?
So I reckon
Well,
I can do the. I reckon I can do the talking.
Yes. Fine by me.
Yep.
Give me a second.
Okay,
So
so we're heading to the tavern. Are we there yet?
After discussing our tactics, I guess we head there.
Oh, welcome to the Salted Eagle. How can I help you?
Collect some rooms, please.
Alright, how many you lot need rooms?
Push Modril forward.
How many rooms do we need, guys?
Well,
One.
we're missing Jadok, I forgot.
Well, we'll deal with him later because he's not here. What? 1, 2, 3.
I mean, if
4,
some people
please?
pair up, like, at least there's 2
Yeah, 2
in
rooms.
each room.
2 rooms.
Two, right?
Wait,
Well-
no. Let me... 1 second.
Wait, which of you speaks Orc?
I
Me.
don't speak orc.
I
I
speak
do.
orc.
Alright, so you guys are able to understand him. Sadly, Modril,
Give me a sec.
you have no idea what the fuck this guy is saying.
Yeah, because I don't speak orc.
That, and he's also speaking very broken common because he mainly speaks Orcish. So all you're hearing is. Meanwhile,
what
those-
do me and Katie's here?
Meanwhile, those who can
Katie's
understand
and
Orc. Meanwhile, those who can understand Orc. Oh, what can I get you then? Welcome to the Salted Hill. Pleasure to meet you, sir. Welcome to my finest establishment in the Dead City.
Didn't I just tell him
That's
what
it.
Oh, that's what it's called, eh? At least that's what I thought of it is.
What did he just say?
All you heard was.
Okay, I don't understand this dude.
Bumps with
He
you. Wait,
says we're welcome to his fine establishment.
wait, you didn't understand him? Bub says, pointing to the work.
I do too.
I don't speak orcish.
Oh, that's a shame.
So do I.
Brian, I have a list for you.
Well then, looks like I will have to bow out of this, and I will not be able to talk to him. He will not I can't understand a word he says.
Okay, Katie.
You're gonna insult him.
Katie's will ask if he remembers some of our group.
No, I just can't speak. I don't speak orcish.
Hey, who's that old lot that had the midget with you?
Yeah, sadly he met an unfortunate end, but
What?
we
He slams his hand on the thing and leads it. What?
yeah, he lost his life.
He lost his life, what?
He lost his life in our mission, in our quest even.
Oh, I want to kill him.
Didn't we say we were gonna sell him? We killed him, so you know,
Well,
counts.
depending on how this goes.
He leads in, what were we whispering about?
Huh?
What were we... Yeah, as you whisper that to Katie's, what are we whispering about?
Just how he was really stupid, and it was basically his fault he died.
Well, obviously it'd be his fault. He's a bloody gay.
Get?
What the hell?
Jason,
Why
please.
all the Ulrich bashing?
Because he's not here, and he's
Ulrich
like,
did nothing
Charlie.
wrong.
Hashtag Ulrich did nothing
Ulrich
wrong.
did nothing wrong.
Ulrich was a tranny. Get out of here.
Oh no.
And there goes.
Allegedly.
And there's my third and final strike. Well, it's been nice knowing you guys.
Okay, I mean, we gotta get on this guy's good side, so we gotta sweet talk him a little bit and bash. Does he hate Rick?
Who was this Ulrich person anyway?
A very
Confused dwarf.
confused and
Well, actually, I don't know him.
he was a bit of an asshole.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Bub just walks past you guys and rolls and basically starts talking the guy up.
Okay, that works.
Oh no, I'm sorry, he flexed his way in, but not being impressed. He starts speaking, he just starts chatting up, just like, oh yeah, how you been, mate? Oh, you been having a good time with this old trial getting made up.
Bob and the orc guy fight to see who gets the.
I mean, I'm gonna roll to see how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be what an orc would do.
Alright, so after a few moments of chatting, the orc grabs Bub by the shoulder and pulls him in and like gets right into his face, and they both start growling at each other. Gonna roll
Katie
one,
hides her face in her hand. She's embarrassed
gonna roll one more
to
thing.
be a part of.
Alright, cool. Okay.
Uh-oh, they're fighting. Joy.
Nice.
So, Bub is going to just make a simple punch to the face. He also has Tavern Brawler. Whoop.
Ooh.
That's 1d4, right? Yep.
Oh. So 1d4 plus strength, right? Oh no, it's 1d4 for damage. Okay, cool.
1d4, yeah. No.
He pops him on the nose to start off the fight.
Oh, great. Now we're gonna have a tavern brawl. Oh,
So, yeah.
boy.
Everyone, take a seat.
As Bub basically
Give me
fights.
take a chair.
Actually, I don't think sitting would be a good idea.
Alright!
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find the. Yeah, I don't feel like doing appropriate music. I'm good.
I mean, if the whole bar starts into a fight, it'll be the repeat of the thing that went on in the Underdark.
Yeah, that almost killed Ulrich the first time.
Yeah.
How would it be the repeat?
No, that was like the third time he almost died.
It would be a repeat because there was a town in the Underdark, and there was a
chat. I'm
tavern
gonna
brawl.
do this in the background. Don't mind me.
There was a fight in a tavern
Well,
already going on. So
I probably shouldn't use any of my magic if
No,
I
you shouldn't.
if I get brought into
it's
it.
just them fighting, but you know.
No, I'm saying if I get brought into it in some way, I probably shouldn't use my magic because, well, I don't want to kill anybody.
It's a bar, but as a tavern brawl, you use the furniture.
Yeah. That's why I said you should grab a chair. Not a seat.
You mean grab it like to pick it up?
Alright, he's gonna
Yeah,
fire a
I
rage
mean
point.
grab it fucking chair and defend yourselves.
I could easily just summon my weapon. I do have.
Depending on what happens.
It's very unseeming to use an actual weapon in a tavern brawl.
My weapon. I don't know if you know what it is, but it's a.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, pulling up my sheet so I can actually get the pronunciation right. It's a kusuragami. It's a scythe with a chain and a ball on the other end. I can use the chain and the ball, and I won't lethal. I won't hurt the kill.
I know you can definitely kill someone that way.
Yeah, if you hit him in the head.
Alright. So after a lot of loud
Either way,
grunting and loud heavy meat slapping, Bob eventually just bashes the guy's face in with his own face. Having won the combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just claps. Yay.
Half the bar is
Get
completely...
us
Half the bar is
Did that
completely
get us-
destroyed.
Did that get us a room?
What? Oh, right. I was supposed. Right. Wait, I was supposed to be arguing for a room.
Yeah, we're trying to
God
get rooms.
damn it.
He has a -1 to intelligence.
God damn, he's an idiot.
By the way, Brian, did you get that list I sent you?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, because I think that's what we should go with.
Okay.
I could post it in the game table if everyone else wants to see it.
Brown bricks.
Yeah, I mean that'd be a good idea. So we can know.
Brown bricks. In Minecraft.
Oh shit, I didn't copy it.
Wait, Bub and a Katie's for comedy?
Yeah!
What do you mean by that?
Because it would be funny if they're together in the same room.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, if they're engaged, they should be in the same room. Fair.
Yeah, and I'm sure Aquin would have tried to set that up anyway.
Aquin! Aquin? Is Aquin there? Aquin.
I don't think he's there. Also, I think he did mention.
Oh, well, I guess we should probably.
Um,
I'll say that you guys, due to the fight, he'll only charge you for all of you
3
guys
rooms.
for 3 rooms. He'll charge you 10 gold total.
Who wants to fork that up?
I mean, we can all chip in a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, I was just asking if anyone wanted to offer. We can put like 2 gold in each. There's enough of us, I think.
Aquin.
More than enough.
Aquin?
Yeah, I have enough gold.
Okay.
So 2 each from everyone. Make 10 gold.
Yep.
3.
I'll cover it.
You
Oh, you're
guys
gonna cover
never
it?
went to go and find whatever happened to Igor, but okay.
Well, if we don't even know what's up with Jadok, so we're just keeping the space open for the both of them if they
Wait, which one's
once we
Igor?
find them. The dark elf.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, he's with Aquin and Zarathustra. I didn't want to put Jadok with Zarathustra because I think that would have been
That would have ended in someone's death.
exactly.
Either way, due to Aquin, you have to go in a few, right?
Yeah, I have about 30 minutes.
Alright, yeah, so we'll wrap it. We'll go with the arrangement that Katie suggested.
It seems fine to me.
Sounds good. Good role playing this session.
Yep.
Yes. And we will meet next week, same time, same bad place.
Alright, catch you later, guys.
Later.
Adios.
Thanks for
Later.
dropping by.